Police are requesting an ambulance to detail man screaming for one. Inside the Irish Social Club at number 19 Park Street, West Rock Street.
Appreciate you guys liking, sharing if you guys are in here. I gotta multitask for a second and then I'll be able to speak to everybody. We'll also be able to have people come up if anybody wants to come up. Primo, if you're not busy, you want to come up and co-host with me, you're welcome to. I should probably get control token in here. Let me do that real quickly. What's up, YouTube? We're about to go live, guys. Got some excitement on the charts. We're super close to the all-time high. We have what I think is one of the best deals you could ever have in the history of crypto going on with Control Token. It really at its core is it's good for Control Token and it's good for the people that are doing it. It's at its core, it's what Control Token's all about. It's about evening, the playing field. It's about balancing the structure, the wealth. And so by having this incentive, which is really crazy, it could have been a tenth, it could have been a quarter, but to have half is really awesome. So people that have staked Evergrow in their wallets just go into our staking. You connect your wallet and this extra option pops up. So we can basically take all those wallets and make that the qualifier, so that if a wallet connects to the site and it doesn't have that, they're not going to see this extra option. It's only wallets that have that and connect to the site that are going to see this extra option that pops up, and that is going to allow them to, let me turn down the music for the YouTube, sorry about that guys, allow them to get this really cool extra option where they are going to be able to get this 50% bonus. Like getting a 50% bonus is crazy. What's up YouTube? I'm right here, sorry about that guys. What's up Twitch, YouTube, Twitter live, and we're also in a Twitter space right now. So people will be able to come up, ask questions, comment down below, and ask questions as well. And we're going to be doing this for a little bit. It's kind of exciting times. We have some really good momentum on the charts, and it's like using value to incentivize growth. And you could do that with a bad project, but this literally is one of the best projects that you could get into. I'll stand by that. I don't say that lightly. I've had this idea for years. It took me years to make. It wasn't a quick copy paste. Let's see if this does well. Like 90% of projects, it was like, how do we actually fix this? How do we balance wealth? How do we have long term? How do we shift value from the people that destroy a project to the people that keep it alive? So I used value to get people to see this project because they could see how much value I was shifting into the future. And now we're just doing the same thing to get people who aren't in it right now to see it, especially if they feel like they're late. It's like, okay, well, this gives you that option to get a lot of tokens. The opportunity right now for people who are doing this from the staked Evergrow, by the way, the first week it goes to stake, then it goes to all Evergrow holders the second week, and then it's open to everybody for 2 more weeks. The opportunity is massive. It's absolutely massive because you could buy like $10,000 worth of Control Token, put that into the 12-month, get another $5,000 worth of Control Token. If you wanted to, put that in the 12-month. In 3 months, we have a 50 million airdrop going towards everybody. And then you'd be able to get a large share of that through buying right now. The lower that you buy, the more tokens you're going to get with this deal. If you're getting half of whatever you put in, well, as the price goes up, you get less tokens on your buy, which means you're going to get less tokens when it's matched. But, so if that's the crazy thing about this is sell-offs while we have a deal like this going, it's massive incentive to buy a dip. I just don't know if that's going to happen while we have something like this going. Now, we have a lot of tokens left over that we could continue to do things like this. And as a project, the goal is to blow up. We blow up once, we really secure the future of the project. Like most projects, they blow up, they pump, they dump, they're dead. Control Token, because we're shifting value into the future, we blow up once and we're good for years and years to come. So we have something very special at Control Token. I'm super excited about this, and the opportunity right here for everybody is awesome. We just had another buy come through, $66. There we go. Let me grab my laptop real quick. We got Bando wanting to come up. Hey, Bando Velian. Hey, what's up, Bando? You there, Bando? What's going on, man?
I'm doing awesome, buddy. How you doing, guys?
What's going on, man? Do you have a question or something you wanted to say?
I don't know. I guys yet on.
What did you say? Sorry Sorry, I can't. I'm having trouble understanding. I'm going to drop you down. If you guys have any questions about the staking or why it is we're doing this, or anything like that. Sorry, I just got to get control token in on the hosting of this. Hey, Bando. Yeah, not right now, Bando. It's not just like hanging out, chill space. It's more of a, if somebody's in Evergrow and has a question, which, by the way, you guys can post those down below on the Twitter, on the YouTube side of things. I'm sorry, YouTube, I forgot about you guys for a second. Crypto Katahula, Abraham Ahmed, Mike Finch, Truth Hurts, JW Jr., what's going on? Control Crew, Tommy OC, hello. Hello. Here's the awesome, like, a lot of the things we do is it's win-win, no matter what. If people sell, a bunch of rewards are being created. If people buy, they're creating rewards and they're helping the project grow. So with what we have going right now, the opportunities there if you want to do it. Nobody has to do this. It's just purely, hey, if you want to do it, you could buy, get into the 12-month, and get half your tokens back. And now you have these tokens and these, and you're in our long, our reward program for the year, which could be really good. All right, I got control token as the co-host. Going sweet. Just got on. Are you able to explain the Evergrow opportunity again, please? Just caught the end. Yeah, it's super simple, guys. Evergrow opportunity, you just you need, the first week that we're doing this is, oh, do we just have a sell? Oh. That's funny. How are we still holding that floor? That's crazy. Yeah, and so it's one of those things where, like, if we have sells, that's so funny that we had a sell and we're still holding right there. It's crazy. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, if you go to controltoken.net, you can go to the staking, and if your wallet was compromised, or I'm sorry, affected by the Evergrow exploit, then simply, we have a list of all those wallets, right? And so we're able to make those wallets eligible. And so this screen right here, the original staking screen, when you connect your wallet, an extra part will pop up at the top, and it'll give you the option to use BNB to purchase. And that will give you, you have to stake it into the 12 months. So you'll buy $100, stake it in the 12 month. You'll have your $100 worth staked into the 12 month, and then you'll get an extra $50 worth into your bag. Or you could have $1,000 worth staked in the 12 month, and you'll get $500 into your bag. $10,000 worth staked in that, you'll get an extra $5,000. So you have a $5,000 in your bag plus the $10,000 there. It's a really sweet deal, and we had to design it in a way that it couldn't be gamed, so that somebody could just come in and take advantage of it. So the taxes, the unstaking fees, and the sell fees protect somebody from abusing something like this. I wanted to do something like this, but if you didn't have those sell fees or the taxes, then somebody could just keep buying, selling, and draining all the tokens that we have. So this protects it from doing that. If somebody were to come in, try to buy, sell, they'd come out with less than what they put in. And if they went up, they would just barely go up. So you get all these tokens, and it puts you at around about even, which is really cool, especially with a tax token like ours. So yeah, it's a pretty sweet deal. If anybody has any questions, you can drop them down below on the space, on the YouTube side of things, or in the chats. Okay, we've got King Investor. What's going on, King of Investing here? Have you seen my DM or Telegram stuffs yet? Hey, what's up, King Investor? I don't know if I have. If it's about promotions or anything like that, then we're not looking for any promotions. But if it's just something else, then yeah, I'll check it out. Alrighty, stepchildren over here. Hello, compadres. Just got on. Are you okay? I did that one. Hit the thumbs up. So it's just it's a really good opportunity for people who want to do it. Nobody has to do it, and it opens up to all Evergrow holders next week. So next week it will be, as long as you have Evergrow in your wallet, you'll be able to connect your wallet and see this extra option where you buy, and then whatever you buy you get 50% of. Whatever you buy and stake in the 12-month, you get 50% of. You just need BNB to do it. It's super simple. If you have a wallet that has Evergrow in it, it'll automatically, when you connect, it'll automatically bring this extra message up, and you'll have to do it there. And then, so it's open to the stakers first. Then it's open to all of Evergrow holders for a week. They can choose whether or not they want to do it or not. The Evergrow holders can choose whether they want to do it or not. And then it opens to everybody for 2 weeks. And so if it doesn't go out in 2 weeks, whatever's left goes back to the treasury, and we get to choose what we want to do with those to help grow the project. We're not selling those for ourselves. We won't sell any tokens for ourselves. We are only, we have a treasury that has 2% of volume that goes to it to fund things. We don't need the tokens. Here's the crazy part, guys, is if you go watch our launch stream, I was thinking about burning all these tokens. I was like, yeah, burn them, I don't care. And then I started thinking, oh, I guess we could do this partnership, and oh yeah, we could do some giveaways. And then I started thinking of more ideas, and I'm like, oh, this would be genius, because basically you can make it more fair for people who are getting in at higher price points to get tokens that make it as if they were buying at cheaper price points, which makes it more fair. It makes it more balanced. And I was like, oh, that's a genius idea. And then this crazy thing happened with Evergrow, and I was like, oh, I guess I'll do that with them first. I guess I'll do that to them. So I already had this idea. I already thought of this. And then this whole terrible thing happened with Evergrow, which I didn't ask for the tokens back. They just offered them back because of what happened. And I was like, cool. And I was like, yeah, cool. Now I can go ahead and do this idea. And then I was like, well, maybe in some way I can honor the Evergrow holders for what they went through. And, here's the thing is, if you were in Evergrow, you probably, unless you were a big whale, weren't going to get that much control token, to be honest. You might have gotten a very little bit. This provides an opportunity for everybody to get a lot of control token, because you can buy whatever you buy, you're going to get half if you do it through the 12-month staking extra option that pops up. And then we have 3 months, a 50 million airdrop that's going to happen to everybody who's in the 12-month staking pool. So everybody who's entering the 12-month staking pool is not just getting that half of what they're getting, but we have this special event coming up in about 2 months that's going to be 50 million airdropped to everybody in the 12-month staking pool. Why are we doing that? Because we want to reward the people who are committed to the long-term growth of the project. Why would we do that? Because we're trying to make a long-term project that blows up, lasts for a long time, and is more fair in who it rewards. Just because a project blows up doesn't mean it's going to be fair. It still works like a pyramid, and still only the sellers win. And a lot of insiders win. A lot of teams that are rugging or selling their tokens or that stuff. I don't have any tokens, guys. I bought my own tokens, and they're not that much. I have like less than 2 million tokens that I purchased. And I put those in the 12-month staking pool. So I won't see those until the end of next year, when all of you guys get yours. And we'll have to decide, do you want to stake for the next year, or do you want to try to take some profits? It's up to you guys when that time comes. Rash Ferguson got so badly rugged last week on a moonshot project, and it just made me so much more grateful for this project and community. Hey, sorry to hear that, man. That's DeFi. DeFi is rough, bro. It's like 1 out of 3 projects, if not more, that you buy get rugged or just dump right off the bat. Most projects just dump. It's terrible. And we're holding a 4x right now. That's crazy. Going on about 4 weeks, yeah. After a little bit less than 4 weeks after launch, we're still holding a 4x, which is really crazy. We just had another $559 buy, putting us at 3987. So we're really close to the 4. We're getting super close to that all-time high. And so, kind of the idea is, if we get this momentum with this project, that if most of the supply is in the staking pools, that supply is committed to basically not contributing to sell pressure. And sell pressure is what stops that exponential growth upward at the beginning of a project. This is by design. I designed it this way. I spent a long time coming at this from different angles, different strategies, writing it down, rethinking it, over and over and over again to get to some of these ideas. And ultimately, this was years of looking at and deciding this. And sometimes I'd be like, okay, I think I'm just gonna not do that, and then I'd put it away for a while, and then I'd come back to it and be like, well, what if you did this, and what about this? And then ultimately, I came up with the final idea, And then I was just like, I'm not going to do it, not because it's not a great idea, but because a bunch of people are accusing me of fudding SafeMoon in order to start my own project. And so if I launched my own project, they would have used that to discredit what I was saying. And so I was like, fine, I won't do it. I won't start a project because you idiots are going to lie about me. And now you don't have anything. Now you don't have anything. And they didn't. And I was right about SafeMoon. I did cover the truth. I did tell people early about it. And now that that's gone and the trading's halted, John's, he's in trouble. He has to stand trial. It's basically dead. I don't know if it could die any more than it has. It's been taken over by another project. And so I basically was just like, dude, DeFi sucks. There's way too many pump and dumps, way too many rugs. Maybe some of you guys are better at trading. I'm sure there's people in this Twitter space right now that are better at trading and good at finding meme coins and getting in and getting out. I've only done that a couple times. I did that with an Andrew Tate coin when he was getting like real popular at first. I'm like, oh, cool. Yeah, he's getting big. I'll throw some in it. It went up. I took some profits and then it dumped like not too long after. I was like, cool. I played that one right. For the most part, though, it just dumps right off the bat. And you're like, I didn't even get a chance to like maybe take profits. And so I was kind of just like, man, I'm kind of done with DeFi. There's some cool projects that I'm interested in, but even they have a hard time keeping growth on the charts. And so, the entire design of this entire project is to keep growth on the charts, to keep volume for a long period of time, and to be able to really blow up in the beginning. That was like the crucial moment that I focused in on is what allows for a project to go to those links that everybody's chasing, right? And I think that what it really does is you need whales that are so bullish, the people who really control the project, you need them to be so bullish on the future of the project that they're willing to sit on tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars. What makes a project in whales so bullish on the future of the project? It's potential value based off of like information, whether it be just the price going up or whether it be that they think they have really big things going on behind the scenes, like being a currency that everybody's going to use, or that they're going to be a currency in another country like the Gambia. Something that makes them think, oh, this is going to be massive, right? And whatever it is, it's a bullish expectation of the future. And so one of the reoccurring problems I saw with that is that those ended up being dumping points. What everybody was expecting to be as something that would cause the price to go on a run, it actually was being dumped on by the whales. The whales would watch the community, they'd wait for the community to buy up the news, and then they would dump on them. Before the wallet release of SafeMoon, before anything, the whales were playing the community the entire time. They were divided. They were at war with you. They were trying to seek and get as much value from you as they can, and they were being incentivized to. The liquidity pool was telling them, hey, the more value you pull out, the better. There was no incentivization for whales to help the project or to help anybody beneath them. And so Control Token does incentivize our whales to help the project grow in a lot of different ways, from shifting value into the future, through the unstaking fees, through paying the sell fee, and through the extra whale rewards that we have, this extra 1% that goes to all projects. All the people in the whale pool. You have to have 1.2 million tokens, which, by the way, this is a win-win if you're in Control Token, because either you're going to see some growth with some good rewards, or if we don't see the stakers and then the Evergrow community take advantage of this, which is totally fine if they don't want to, then it provides that opportunity to you guys. And I'm sure a lot of you guys would love this opportunity. It makes it much easier to get into the whale pool, guys. To get into the whale pool, you need 1.2 million tokens staked in the 12-month staking pool. And you guys can do the math. If you're getting half of what you purchase, then you only have to buy like what is it? A certain amount of the tokens, and you're going to get the other half. You're going to be able to put all that towards the 12-month pool. It'll make it a much greater opportunity. It also provides any kind of dump while we're running this with the next 4 weeks is a massive opportunity to get a lot of tokens, because like as the price goes down, you get a lot more tokens. And with this kind of deal on top of that, it's insane. As the price goes up, you get less tokens, and so you buy, you're going to get less tokens than you would have down here, and then you're going to get half of whatever you bought. So you have to assess where we're at now, where we're going to be in the future, and decide for yourself on what point you think is going to be good. Nobody can see where we're at in the future. So had another $200 buy coming through. We also had a $559 buy 5 minutes ago. I don't know if I announced that one or not, putting us at the 3993. We're super close to breaking that 4, which is really awesome. I'll do one giveaway during this space, and I'll do 100,000 tokens, which is a good amount. That's like $400 to somebody who likes and shares this space, and you have to be here when we do it. So I'll go ahead and post that on the control token main page. But you know, there's a couple ways that I see this. Is what happened with the Evergrow holders. Let me check the comments. Let me go through the comments before I go on another rant. It's mind-blowing that holders have staked 57% of the total control tokens, says Crypto Life. Yeah, man, it's crazy. Control token fireman says, well done. Yeah, it's basically like, how do you unite a community to grow a project long-term? What happens when a community, the team, and the whales are incentivized to grow a project long-term as much as possible, instead of a community all being divided against each other, the team divided against the whales, divided against them, all trying to extract as much value from each other as they can. Clearly that's not a good structure, but it still works sometimes in terms of blowing up. So I think that if you put everybody who's typically at odds with each other, with uniting them in the growth of the project, the only way to do that is to have actual value attached to the growth of the project, and that's what our taxes do. By delaying 13% of buys, 18% of sells, 100% of all-in staking fees go towards the future, and that can be significant value that not only unites everybody in the future of the project, it protects against sell-offs, it puts a floor on your bag, it creates this ability for, because everybody's united in the future of the growth of the project, they're able to enter those staking pools, and you can go look at the staking and see, wow, almost all of the communities in the staking pools. That means that most of the community is not going to agree to selling. And if they do, they're going to hit an unstaking fee, forfeit their rewards, and pay a sell fee. And they're going to shift a ton of value into the future of the project that keeps the project alive, because value is the lifeblood of every project. Typically, 100% of the value is in the liquidity pool, and the people at the top are being incentivized and rewarded for extracting as much of that value as possible, and only a few people win. All the other people at the top lose for not destroying it. Everybody else was just their exit liquidity. That's not a good structure. That's most of DeFi, guys. Control Token's the only project I've seen that addresses that, and it's already proving that it works in many different ways, from everybody entering the staking pools to the rewards that we already have built up, which kind of something that's holding us back is the rewards aren't properly updating and the calculator's not working. Well, right now we have the design part for our new website done, and the dev work of putting it all in is happening right now. That might be done by the end of the week, but it should definitely be done by the end of next week unless they run into some problems. Once that's out, and I really hope it's this week, because if we got it done before rewards went out, that would be super awesome, because it would give you guys the ability to compound your control token into compound your XUSD into control token. One of the things I don't talk about enough is that you guys are being rewarded in XUSD. XUSD is $1.18. Unless it's appreciated, it's gone from $1 to $1.18. Our contract, if we see massive volume, it's going to greatly increase the price of XUSD, because our contract is selling. You'll see sells occasionally, and it's our contract selling for the rewards. So we have another $203 buy. Okay, no, that's the same one. And so our contract sells for those rewards, and it builds up that value in the future. And so that's a crazy thing to have. People just don't realize it's a really simple thing. It's not like so crazy in terms of, okay, you're just delaying it, but all of the implications that come from delaying that value are massive. It's like it directly addresses what's wrong with every other crypto. That's why it's crazy. It's not like, oh, it's a cool idea. It's there's something wrong with every single crypto project you're in. Anybody in here go start a project, you're gonna find that the early buyers have more control over your project than anybody else. And unless you do that yourself, right? And at that point, there are some people who do start their own projects, give themselves a bunch of tokens. Now they control the price. And the community doesn't really have any incentive to get in a project where you control most of the supply. That's usually, they're just going to dump on you. Why would they have most of the supply? If you guys got any questions, I'm going to go ahead and read the YouTube side of things. I'm going to try not to forget about you guys. And I'm also going to read the comments down below in the Twitter space. Make sure I'm not missing any. Let's go, Control. Thanks to Wagman. Abraham Ahmed. What's going on, man? Good to have you again. Just going to keep this space going, guys. We're going to be doing education, research. We're going to be watching the charts. And I'm going to be showing some of the math, which is really exciting and fun to look at so that you can get an idea of what it actually looks like. Because some of you guys might be like, what do you mean $30,000 for 1 million tokens with 100 million in volume? That sounds too good to be true. And I'm like, sweet. I'm glad you feel that way. Let me show you. Let me show you what this looks like. Keep on pushing this amazing DeFi project. What's up, Blockhead? Mel Gibson, always great to have you on the YouTube side of things, man. Glad you were talking about XUSD. Can you give some info on XUSD? Oh, yeah, so XUSD, it is an appreciating stablecoin. It's something that DeFi Mark designed. It's been audited like 9 or 10 times. And so it's good. And what it does is, because we are storing up value for 6 months and 12 months, we're also doing it for a month, but the 6 month and 12 month will be more so affected by this, because all the buys that are happening right now are storing up 6% of all buys, 4% of all buys for 6 months, and 6% for 12 months. So instead of getting those rewards immediately, 4% of all volume is just keep storing up month after month after month until we get to the 6 month event. And then it gives it out to the people that are here. Everybody who didn't make it here, you don't get that. You could try to get back in and get it, but if you're not in the staking pools when these reward events happen, you're not going to get it. And so we're actually rewarding the people that are committing to helping the project grow, instead of rewarding the people for just being early and getting a bunch of tokens and then incentivizing them to sell. Surely you guys can see the problem with that. You know what I mean? If you just give out rewards immediately to everybody, then the people who have the most tokens, who already have most of the value, are going to get most of the rewards and then most of the value out of the liquidity pool. This is why rewards can, as cool as they are, can kind of enhance whale dominance. But if you delay it, then you pull value away from whales who are leaving the project. They can't extract as much value from the project, and they have to forfeit their rewards, they have to unstake, they have to pay a sell fee. And so in doing those things, they basically have to say, cool, I'm leaving, I'm still going to make a great amount of, great returns, right? It's like, yeah, you can still make 100x, 1000x in a project with a structure like this. But instead of getting $1 million, you forfeit all of your rewards, which if you're a whale, it's a lot, right? Whales were getting insane rewards, probably hundreds of thousands of dollars. And then, especially with the highest tax that we have 13% of buys, 18% of sells. It had to be high. If it was small, it wouldn't protect you. It wouldn't protect the project. But by pushing it to 15% buy, 20% sell, that value protects you and the project, so that as sideways action is happening, the rewards are constantly going up. Sells happen, it makes rewards go up more. What do those rewards do? The token is attached to the rewards. It's two narratives. Typically you have one narrative, which is the price, and then whatever meme or utility you attach to the project, the value of that is attached to the price. The price goes down. People don't care what you're doing for the most part. It's really just the price. And so it's the value in the price. And so by taking value that would typically go to the liquidity pool and storing it up and preserving it, we protect the price, because the price is the entry point into those rewards, right? So right now, everybody who buys Control Token, which I can't go off on how insane this is for the Evergrow stakers right now. If you were staked in Evergrow, you have access to a crazy, crazy freaking deal. Like, I'm not trying to be a salesperson here. You don't realize how crazy this deal is for so many different reasons. You buy, first of all, rewards haven't been given out yet. So when you buy, the tokens you're buying are attached to rewards that have not been given out yet. We have over $120,000 in rewards built up between the monthly, the 6 month, the 12 month, and the 3 month. YouTube listeners, get any love for the giveaways? No, you're going to have to do it on Twitter. The giveaways for YouTube don't work for some reason. I'll have to fix that. So you're getting tokens that have value attached to it. But because we're also giving you a 50% for staking in the 12 month, you're getting, not only are you getting 50% more tokens, but you're getting the rewards attached to those tokens as well. And that in itself is freaking crazy. But we also have our 3 month reward event happening in about 2 months. 50 million tokens are being airdropped. A 20th of the supply is being airdropped to everybody in the 3 month. Like, I don't know what I was thinking when I did that. That might have been too much. That's crazy. 50 million token airdrop to the 3-month reward event. I was trying to create a reward event between now and the 6-month reward event, so we have something exciting every month, every 3 months, every 6 months, every 12 months. I'll have to create one more reward event between the 6-month and the 12 months, will be the 9-month reward event. It just depends on where we go, especially if the price goes up a lot. I can take 10 million tokens, put them in the 9-month, and that'll be extremely valuable. So the more the price goes up, the more room that I have to work with the tokens that we have in the treasury to grow the project. Line graph animation with the price action rewards value alongside each other would be fire. I've actually made multiple kinds of that, but I don't know if you could actually calculate one. You probably could. It would just take some work that's probably beyond my programming. I'm not a programmer. All right, make sure I'm super caught up on all the comments. Let me check the Twitter side for comments. The other reason that there's when you buy, if you're one of the Evergrow stakers right now and you buy, so you purchase it, you also get half your purchase. You have the rewards that are preserved. Your rewards can't go down, and they're attached to those tokens. Your rewards can only go up for the next 12 months. Your 12-month rewards can only go up whether buys or sells are happening. What people are on staking, they're feeling that even more. And any marketing, we're basically shifting to a utility marketing, because marketing is the number one desire or need in the crypto space, and there's a lot of money for it. So there's a huge opportunity not just to make a new, honest, fair project that works towards helping people. That's what this project is about, is actually helping people. Well, we can actually make marketing that does that as well. Most of the marketing is a scam and a sham too. So we're going to make our own marketing utility where we utilize the power of the community, just like we're doing with the project. We utilize the power of the community to grow the project. Well, we're going to do the same thing with our marketing. With our partners that come on and do marketing with us, we're going to utilize the power of them coming together to benefit each other and to continue to grow our marketing platform, which becomes more valuable to them. So I think it's the best utility that you could have is going to be, because there's the highest demand for it, and the markets are filled with crap marketers. A bunch of accounts that botted themselves to hundreds of thousands of followers with fake engagement, a bunch of spaces where nobody even cares what you're talking about or what you're saying. You know, the goal is to bring actual value to people, and you can do well. The goal is to just make it more fair, and you can create something that everybody's looking for, both with the crypto project and with the marketing that we're building. So that could potentially generate a ton of value, which I don't see any reason for me to take that, for all of that to just go back to the charts. We do Friday pushes. We got another $600 buy on the charts. That should push us back over the 4, I think. Oh no, we had so we had probably the contract right after. It had to convert it into sell it in order to convert it into rewards. So we went past the 4, then we went right below the 4 at 0.0039. Let me go ahead and get this giveaway going, guys. And if anybody has anything they want to say, you guys are welcome to come up on the space. We're going to be doing a giveaway attached to this space of 100,000 tokens, which is pretty sweet. And that's like $400. That's a pretty sweet deal. And it has the potential, if we do a 10x, to become 4,000. Like, that's a crazy deal, actually. Sometimes when projects blow up, you go back and you look at what they were doing with the tokens, and you're like, dude, that today, that was worth like millions of dollars. So it's kind of crazy. But what we have set up is really win-win. Everything we have set up is, people don't buy, it's a win. If nobody takes advantage of this, I've got 50 million tokens to continue to do with what I see best to grow the project. It's also great that you guys know that I could have just given myself like 100 million tokens. You know how many projects do that? I didn't give myself any tokens. Guys, everybody listen up. I didn't give myself one freaking token. Not one. Does that mean anything to you guys? I have to say with that kind of emphasis, do you know how many projects do that? Why would I not give myself tokens? Because sell pressure is what stops projects from growing or lasting long term. We want to do everything we can to get rid of that sell pressure. The only sell pressure we have that's coming from the project is arbitrage, which is producing profits that go back towards the charts. It's just arbitraging different liquidity pools, and you'll see sells sometimes, but it'll also put buys on the chart sometimes. And then when we sell for rewards, because the only way that you can win in any project is if you sell. Well, what if our contract sold for you into a stable coin that appreciates and stored it up in the future, and only the people who made it to those dates could get that? And what if it did it in a significant way, not just a 1% or a 2% or even a 5, But what if it did it in 13% of buys and 18% of sells? What would that look like? It'd look like the best reward project that you've ever seen. And the math shows, when you go look at the math on this, you're going to be like, holy crap. I'm telling you guys, if you get 1.2 million tokens, if we see 100 million in volume, everybody who has 1.2 million tokens will have $30,000 worth of stablecoin rewards, and that will put a demand on your bag. Your rewards put a demand on your bag. It creates a floor for your bag. I believe that floor will be 3 to 4 times higher. And when we're talking about the floor, we're talking about how far the price can go down. Now, typically with any project, the price can go to 0. It could literally go all the way down, right? With this project, it can't. We are constantly, with our value in the future, it puts a floor and the price can't go below it. Otherwise, people could just buy $100 and get $100 in rewards. And who's not going to do that? Who's not going to throw in 10 grand and get 10 grand in rewards, up to the amount of rewards that we have built up into the reward pool? And so because people can do that, just like right now, the Evergrow stakers, it's like you're first in line. Everybody who wants to can get in line and do that. Then all the Evergrow holders, you guys are next. Everybody who wants to, you got 1 week. Giving you 1 week. After that, open to everybody. You guys got 2 weeks to decide, do you want this deal or not? Do you like this? Because if not, at the end of that, I'm taking those tokens back and we're going to do something else with them. And it's going to be similar, right? It's going to be, how do I use these tokens to grow this project? Because I see how projects work. Projects usually don't grow over a long period of time. They typically blow up at one crucial moment in the very beginning. And so if that's how projects typically do well, then that's probably how I should approach it, is this project has that opportunity to really blow up. The most crucial opportunity for this project to do well is now. And maybe the markets aren't the best for it right now, but they should be turning very soon. We'll see what happens with the elections and with the bull market and with Bitcoin and BNB. But ultimately, projects can blow up in bear markets, and that's the goal of this project. I have EGC, but I didn't have it stacked. When would I be able to purchase? Yes, social, so Kai's cool next week. Next week, you'll be able to purchase as an Evergrow holder. Right now, it's only to the stakers. So it's stakers 1 week, and a lot of them might not do it. That's totally fine. Next week, Evergrow holders. Everybody in Evergrow. After that, it's open to everybody for 2 weeks. What a freaking sweet deal. And it's a win-win for the whole project. It's a win for Evergrow. And it's like, I'm giving you guys this extra value, but if you guys knew what project you were getting into, like what we have designed here, it's insane. It's absolutely insane. Airdrop me a windmills, please. Wanting information about Control Token, go to controltoken.net. Thank you. Shout out to our astronaut on our control team. His name is Mitch Bromwell. He's a YouTube moderator. He actually works at spaceships and like works on stuff like that. So it's great to have somebody like that on the team. J and M says, I have EGC staked, but I use a different wallet to my control wallet. Would I have to buy from the EGC wallet to get? Yeah, you have to use the wallet. Now you have to have a wallet that had Evergrow staked, because we literally have a list of all those wallets, and those are the only wallets that when they connect to our staking site will give you that extra option to get that 50% off. Then we'll be able to switch that out with every Evergrow wallet, which would be a much bigger list. You know what I mean? It'll be a much bigger list. And then we'll just be able to open it up to everybody if there's any tokens left. If people decide to buy these up, then they're gone. But if it opens up to everybody, then the control crew, who's probably like, damn it, crypto control, why don't you give us this? And I'm just like, hey, you know, the opportunity's there for you. So, and a lot of you guys were in Evergrow. So let's go ahead. Let me go ahead and start this giveaway, and we'll get this running, and we can do some of the spin the wheel stuff. But let me do this real quick for the YouTube, and let me start a giveaway for this space so that we can, somebody's going to get 100,000 control. Actually, I might change that a little bit. No, I've already said it. I gotta stay true to my word. I've already said it. Let's keep it going, guys. Sweet. And so, yeah, you guys have any questions, post them down below in the comments underneath here, and I'll read those. You can come up on the space on the Twitter side of things, and you guys can post in the chats on the Twitter live, the Twitch live, and the YouTube live, and I'll read through you guys' comments. Otherwise, kind of the goal of this is to spread more awareness so that more Evergrow holders can know about this opportunity. And it's not like, hey, you guys should do this. It's like, hey, check it out. If you want to do it, you can. If not, that's fine. You know, they basically just went through, they just took a massive gut shot, right to the gut. And it sucks. It could have been worse. It could have been to the balls, right? The whole project could have gotten exploited, and it was protected. That was protected from happening by the team. But it was still a massive blow to the community to finally get something out and then something like that to happen. Spin that wheel. What's up, Chris? What's up, Mark Norfolk in the Twitter live? Spin, spin, spin. Chris in the Twitter live, how's it going, man? Even though there's only one amount on the wheel, I reckon you should still spin it. Crystal. Man, you guys really like that crystal stuff. You guys are on some weird stuff, man. Sokai is cool. Just like and share the Twitter space and comment hashtag Evergrow. And yeah, we just want to get Evergrow holders the chance to see the opportunity. They may not even know the opportunity that they have right now, and then it's up to them to decide it. Here's another thing is that, like, if our project does really well, we're pledging 5 million tokens to Evergrow's launch. So when they rebrand, I don't know what they're going to be. It's probably not going to be Grow or Space or Mimi. It's probably going to be like more professional. Whatever it is, you know, we have 5 million tokens put aside for them. And so if we do a 10x, that 5 million tokens will be worth about $200,000. If we did a 100x, it would be worth $2 million. And so puts a situation where it could greatly help Evergrow. So we're helping Evergrow holders by giving them this opportunity to get a ton of value through Control Token and to get into a really good project. I cover projects. I've covered a lot of projects. I've heard a lot of projects. My goal with every project, if you guys watch my shill spaces, it's like, why would somebody expect to make money in your project? I have to ask them that. And they're like, I don't know. You know, that's a good question. I'm like, well, then why are you shilling it? And so that's what went into this project is I wanted to make something that could do really well for everybody. And the potential is definitely here. It's just once we get that push and that momentum goes, we got most of our tokens in the staking, that momentum is going to keep going. What happens when the only thing that can stop the momentum is in the staking? It can potentially go to heights that normally could never happen. It allows for that excitement to spread. It allows for the fun to spread. So it's really cool. That's by design, guys. That's by design. Why are people willing to enter the staking pools? Because the rewards are absolutely insane. And we can go ahead and we can do some of the math. It won't be on the Twitter space, but yeah, anybody on the Twitter space, if you guys want to come up, let me go ahead and read through your guys' comments real fast. Keeping it 100 as usual. Can we buy more than one? Yeah, you can just keep buying. If you have a wallet that has access to it, you can just go back in and keep buying if you want to. Got another buy coming through at $416. That should push us back over the 4, I think. Yep, puts us back at 0.004006. We're back at the 4, sitting at a 4x. How many projects do you know 4 weeks after are holding a 4x? Maybe we've designed something that's a little bit different, guys. Thanks for all the likes, guys, likes and shares. You guys, we're doing a 100,000 giveaway, which is $400. You know, some of these giveaways are like 25 bucks, 100 bucks. We're gonna be doing a giveaway, and I'll do it live. We'll pick the winner live during this space. You got to be here for it. If you're not here, then you're gonna miss out on it. Just like, share this Twitter space. If you're on the YouTube side of things, you're gonna have to come over to Twitter. Just like and share it, and then you can hang out back in the YouTube side of things so that you can see everything. And comment hashtag Evergrow. And we will be doing that whenever I end this. And that could be in a couple hours. That could be soon. It could be later. Just depends on when I feel like it's a good time to end it. But, you know, one of the things I do want to do is kind of do some of the math. But let me go ahead and finish these comments. I understood this pretty well when you first presented it, and I did, but I did not realize the potential. Now I get it, and it's pretty mind-blowing. CWP Crypto, let's go. That's the thing, man. I didn't understand how big this was because all I was trying to do was balance the problem. It's like, okay, small group of people at the top of every crypto, just like a pyramid, get way too much power, way too much rewards. and they're being incentivized to destroy that crypto. And every single crypto that you can go find, that's the structure that's happening. And so I was like, okay, clearly this guy doesn't need $1 million while we all are stuck with nothing in a dead project. What if we maybe he can get 800,000? You know, that's still great. That's still freaking awesome. And we get to keep 200,000 to help keep this project sustaining and growing. And what if you did that to everybody? What if everybody who entered the project is paying and putting value into the future of the project to help keep it alive? Is that not a freaking genius idea? And then what if everybody who left the project forfeited that value in the future and paid into it? Isn't that a great idea? So, and we took it to this next level where basically it's not like, hey, you're the team, make this happen, and we sit back and watch. It's, I treat you guys are all, and this is a mission that we're on. There's a goal that we have. We realize the potential of making a very successful project. We're all united in the volume. If the volume goes well, I'll be rewarded, you guys will be rewarded. And we don't have to sell because the contract's selling for us. We basically put a position where the contract will sell for us, and it unites all of us in that value. Instead of us having to sell on top of each other, the contract sells for us. Now, you still always have the opportunity to sell. Whether you're not in the staking pool, whether you're in the staking pool, you can sell if you want to. And after you get your rewards, you can sell or you can restake if you think the next year is going to be good. If we do well, we're going to add a bunch of utilities next year with the goal of capitalizing off our success to fuel the rewards for the next year. So the system will not change. We won't ever lower the tax. This tax it must be there. If you don't put it there, you can't protect the future of the project. It must be there. And we're very lucky to have Mark on this. Like the situation that led to us having Mark as our dev, he is very good at what he does. He really is. And to have him, and we're connected to a lot of things that he's building. We're going to be doing his PvP platform. We're going to be doing some of these other things that he's making that are amazing that I know about that you guys don't, which could potentially have a really good impact on control token. But we also are going to be going through him for utilities now. The one utility, we're doing one utility this year, probably not anymore, and that's going to be our marketing utility. That's what control token is going to be used for. You need to use the token to get access to the marketing. That's going to go value back to you guys through the form of rewards, buys on the charts, or that's it. Yeah, rewards or buys on the charts. So, and the tokens that we get from the buys on the charts are going to be used for stuff like this. They're never going to be used to, we need to sell that to get value. Never is that going to happen. They're always going to be, tokens are either given away through giveaways, airdrops, partnerships. It's some kind of deal where we give it to incentivize the growth of the project. It's never like, let's keep away like 10 million so that we can sell, so that we can fund things. No, we don't need to do that because we have 2% of all volume going to the treasury. It requires a lot of volume to fuel that, but if we get, if we kind of blow up, then it can fuel that quite a lot and provide a lot of funding for the utilities that we can build this year. Shout out to CWP Crypto. Shout out to Crypto Trucker. That's an awesome image of an astronaut on a green rocket, keeping it real as usual. What's up, John Jefferson? We love you still, Evergrow. Yeah, no, I mean, this is probably the best path forward for Evergrow, to be honest. It's kind of like when a breakup happens. It hurts. It's painful. You'll never see that person again, probably. But you go and you find something better. And I think Evergrow rebranding will just feel like a clean slate, a new start. And it'll be this opportunity to, if they can do it right and have the Atlas wallet and have maybe some of those utilities that everybody's been waiting for ready at launch, I think that would be the best way to do it. But I know they also want to get trading going as soon as possible. So we'll see how it plays out, and we're just trying to support them in the process. And like I said, we've got $5 million set aside, pledged to going back to the rewards for that project. And that could potentially be a lot if we blew up. So yeah, guys, we're holding that 4, which is really awesome. We're sitting at a 4x. I don't know how many charts you guys have seen where 4 weeks after launch, they're holding a 4x. especially with the markets we're in right now. The market's like dipped really hard. They kind of started to pull back a little bit or come back up a little bit yesterday, but not as nearly as much as they went down. If I'm pretty sure if the markets went back up to where they were like a month ago or something, or maybe just a couple weeks ago, we would shoot back up past our all-time high just from BNB going up. EGC Mike, what's going on, man? John Jefferson. Everybody, make sure you like and share this space. Comment hashtag Evergrow. You guys like calling me Crystal. Wagman, what's going on? What's up, Chris? Crypto Knight. We're going to look at some of the math. I'm going to show you guys the math and how to do it. I'll show you guys some really useful math, some that Mark has taught me and some that is just is easy. And you can always use ChatGPT to like double check your math and stuff because it's such a useful tool. Good job, guys. You guys are doing awesome. All right. Anybody want to come up in the space? Just raise your hand and I'll bring you up. Anybody really, you're welcome to come up and say anything, how you feel about this, what you like, any questions you have, any concerns you have. You're welcome to do any of that. So I appreciate everybody. Otherwise, we're probably going to shift to the doing some math, which I really like doing this because it's fun. But yeah, real quickly, in case anybody's just tuning in, we have a deal going for a week where if you were in Evergrow and you were staking for this first week, so we got 6 days left, you can go to our control token staking site and you can log in that wallet, the one that you use to stake Evergrow, and you'll get this special screen when you log in. It'll say it looks like you were affected by the staking thing. And then when that happens, you will be able to buy. And so if you put in $100 after the tax, you'll get $85 worth of tokens. And then if you stake those tokens in the 12-month through this special option, we'll send you an additional $42.50 on top of that immediately to your bag. So you'll have your 85 in the 12-month plus your $42.50. You'll have the value of this and the value of this. And we're also doing, and you could put a lot in. That's up to 50 million tokens. Somebody could drop like a massive amount of money and buy up a large supply right now if they wanted to. You could put in 50 grand and get 25 grand worth of tokens. It's a crazy opportunity to get a lot of tokens. And the lower the price is, the better. So it's one of those things where if people do start to chase this, if the first week goes by and it goes up a little bit, and then the Evergrow, it goes up a lot, and then it opens to everybody for the third and fourth week, because on the second week it opens to everybody who holds any Evergrow. You didn't have to be staked; it'll just be open to every wallet that holds Evergrow. But if the price continues to go up, then you'll be getting less tokens, obviously, because you get less tokens as the price goes up. So the deal is kind of a multiplier because with a lower price, which creates this really awesome situation where if the price does dip at all during these next 4 weeks, it would be an even crazier buying opportunity because of the amount of tokens you could get. All right, do we got anybody who wants to come up? I don't see anybody on the Twitter side of things. Let's go ahead and, like I said, guys, I'm going to be doing a 100,000 token giveaway during this space. Somebody that likes, shares, comments, hashtag Evergrow down below, and we will be picking a winner at the end of this stream. Let me look at some things. We have 570 million tokens staked. 570. We have 57% of our supply in the staking pools. A certain amount's about to come out after the 1 month staking, but then a large amount's about to go back into the 12 month because a lot of people went into the 1 month when they meant to go into the 6 month. But that's just crazy. All right. That's where I have to, it's all about communication, because you might be like, oh, that's cool. And it's like, no, it's not just cool. Like, think about that. We have 57%. That's, let me show you guys real quick. And I'll tell you guys on the Twitter side and Twitter space who can't see. Here's the holders list, right? So our top holder, this is our staking wallet. Got another buy of $268. Awesome. Hopefully they are taking part of that 50% deal. That pushed us from 4006 to 4010. Awesome. Okay, so check this out. This is what I'm saying is I would just ask you guys, why does a project blow up? Why? Because the price is allowed to go up and people allow it to go up, really. There's more buy pressure than sell pressure. Obviously, it's not just that. It involves some kind of exciting idea that people can get behind. I don't know if you have a better one than what Control Token has, because who doesn't want protection against sell-offs, preserve value in the future, a doxed founder, a creator who's constantly live, explaining, communicating, and answering questions, something that actually solves a problem in DeFi. I feel like we're solving one of the main problems, which is that too much power and control and rewards are being given to the people at the top of the liquidity pool, and everybody else is being screwed. So we have to have ways of pulling a lot of value through that from them. Through a sell tax, you can do that. Through buy tax, you can do that if those rewards are delayed. And so through delayed rewards, you can pull a lot of value from people who typically destroy a project and give a lot of value to people who help keep it alive. That's an insane incentive to have, and it unites me, the whales, and the community with the future growth of the project, which means that when it comes to a project blowing up, as this idea spreads, and this is a unique idea, I know that none of you have heard something like this. It's very rare. I've talked to a lot of people who've been in crypto for a long time. Our biggest whale had 62 million tokens worth $200,000 set. You can go find it in the Telegram right now. Go search Cetus in our Telegram. Go find his messages, and then go watch when he said, this project's rare. This community is rare. I think this idea is going to do really well. I love the idea of perpetual rewards, and I want to help this project grow in the coming months. Some guy who had 62,000 to throw into a pre-sale is saying these things. He said, the first thing I'm going to do is enter into the 12-month staking pool. And then we watched minutes later, he went and staked all his tokens into the 12-month staking pool. That if that doesn't scream something to you, that somebody's saying, I've been here a while, this is unique, this is rare, I've got a lot of money. I doubt somebody sold their house to put 62,000 into a pre-sale. They probably have a lot of money to throw that kind of into a pre-sale. And to be sitting on a 4x and say, I could take profits, I can make a 4x on my investment, but instead, and I could just wait for a 5x or a 7 or a 10 or a 50x and then take profits. I'm not going to do any of that. Instead, I'm going to help this project grow. And that's why I communicate with you guys, because we are a team, and I say the more that we enter the staking pools, the more likely the project is to succeed. There is this burden that all of us are taking early on, and it's good because we'll be rewarded for it because of the rewards are there. If the rewards weren't there, then I would just be like, hey guys, enter the staking pool, and the project's more likely to grow, but you're not going to be rewarded for it. No, there's significant rewards. Even for, if we only hit 10 million in volume, wait. Yeah, if we hit 10 million in volume, our whale, Cetus, would have $180,000 in rewards. He'd have 3x. His rewards would be 3 times what his buy-in was. And his bag would be 3 to 4 times higher for the floor. Likely it would be much higher than that. So, yeah, the numbers are crazy. So our top wallet, 570 million, right? Then we have 139 million in the treasury. We don't sell any of that. I almost burned all those tokens because I didn't want them, but then I can give these to you guys and help grow the project, and that's what we've been doing. All of those are going towards reward events and giveaways. 50 million of that's going towards the airdrop in 2 months. So everybody in the 12-month staking pool, you're about to get airdropped 50 million tokens based on your share between what everybody else has. You'll get your share of that. So you'd have to divide your bag by the total amount staked in the 12-month, multiply that number times the 50 million, and you get an idea of what the rewards would be for you. But that leaves us 89 million tokens to work with for the rest of the project. But here's the thing I'm saying is none of that is going to be sold by the team. So the treasury can't be sold. The staking is very unlikely to sell. What is that? Let me calculate this. If you guys are just tuning in, we're just talking about the amazing deal that Control Token is doing for Evergrow. So we got 570 million, 817, 315. Then we've got the treasury, which is 139 million. Then we have our two liquidity pools, which that's in circulation. But still, as of right now, that's what's available, right? But it's not in the holder's hands to sell right now. That's what can be bought up in the liquidity pools. So we're gonna go ahead and add that because this is basically the number that can't be sold or is very unlikely to sell. So we're gonna add another. We'll just say 69 million, just to do that. Another 50 million. Puts us at 834 million of the supply. And then we have another 49 million, which is being set aside for this reward event that we're doing right now for Evergrow. That leaves with around 117 million tokens that people are holding. Our top holder, who's not staked, has 36 million. Beneath him is 15, then 10, then 8, then 5, then 3, 3, 2, 2, 1. There's only 4 wallets that have 1 million tokens. Everybody else has less than 1 million tokens. And those numbers drastically decrease, which means that 121 or whatever 17 million is spread out between a ton of wallets. It's not like 1 or 2 holders have them. And so the amount of tokens that could put a good sell on the charts is just not there. And that sets us up for, now typically you have most wallets are not incentivized to not sell in any way, shape, or form, and you're hoping the project just goes crazy while everybody decides not to sell. You know what I mean? That's what everybody's hoping for. How often does that happen? How likely is that to happen? Not very often and very unlikely. It does, but it's not very often and very unlikely. The crazy part is as the price moves up, so does the confidence of every holder in the project who's like, oh, we're moving upward. But we have these extra layers of where that not only is the price moving up, but so is the floor, so is these permanent rewards in the future, the 6-month, the 12-month, the 3-month, the 9-month reward events. We have rewards every month, and then every 3 months we have a reward event that's happening. We have the 3-month reward event, the 6-month reward event, the 9-month reward event, and the 12-month reward event. The 12-month is the biggest one. It's by design will be the biggest one, which is really cool. It's not potential value if you sell. It's not an exchange listing or a billboard that leads to the potential that you hope a bunch of people see it and buy, and then you have an opportunity to maybe sell. It's just real value that goes to all the stakers, which is really cool. Let me go ahead and check the comments on YouTube because I always forget about you guys. You hatch the eggs. When you find the goose that lays the golden eggs, do you sell the goose or the eggs, Great project. Keep it up, brother. What's up, Urban Legends? I appreciate that, man. Mr. B, what's going on? How do you enter the giveaway? You have to have staked Evergrow, and you have to buy and purchase through the staking site with that wallet that had the staked Evergrow. You have to use BNB, and you'll immediately get half of what you purchase and put into the 12-month staking pool through the special icon on top back into your wallet, which is... I don't know if... I'm sure some great deals have happened, but I don't know if anybody's ever done something like that before. What do you see as the future potential use case for this token? Yeah, so we're starting as a marketing token, and that's what I do. And so that has massive opportunity, and it's always needed in the space. And there's a lot of room for honest marketing and actual good marketing that's not taking advantage of people or ripping people off or providing them with fake botted views or terrible videos that don't help at all. The use cases, here's the thing, guys. If you guys were in SafeMoon blew up. Any utility would have generated a ton of revenue because of the holders. Everybody was seeking the attention of the SafeMoon army to be like, hey, check out our project. You guys have millions of people or hundreds of thousands of people. You had a lot of people. And that's why they were willing to pay for the swap partners. SafeMoon, it would have been super easy. You put out an NFT marketplace. You put out any utility, add some kind of use case for it, and provide incentive for outside people who are trying to seek your community to engage with that utility, which produces a profit that goes back to the holders and back to those projects that are interacting with your community. So you're providing real value from them, real value for your community, and real value for the future of the project. That's what I'm doing right now, is I'm providing value for the Evergrow holders. Like, that's a crazy, I don't know what project you could buy and just get half of what you bought. That's crazy. It also provides value for the project, and it provides value for the future of the project. So that's just the kind of thinking that I have when I designed all this. It's the thinking I have when I do on my marketing. When I make any decision, that's what I'm trying to say is, if I don't provide real value to you, then I'm ripping you off. And so my goal is to not rip you off, provide real value, what it is that you're looking for, in a way that benefits both of us, where we're both happy. And so right now we're going to focus on marketing, which is always needed. And I'm already see a lot of opportunities to utilize a good marketing strategy. I mean, I did 2 shill spaces. My first 2 shill spaces got thousands of views. We had hundreds of listeners because of the shill spaces we were doing. And we actually had some good projects come up. Prevail is a good project. They were in here earlier. I don't know if they're still in here. And we have other projects that are in there too, guys. But also we're doing a giveaway in this Twitter space. Make sure that you like, share, comment, #Evergrow. And so, yeah, guys, let me go over this real quick. Let me finish what I was saying. Most of the supply, it's not 50%. It's literally like 87 or 83% of the supply will not contribute to sell pressure. Though obviously the Treasury won't, because that's in the Treasury, until it goes out to you guys through giveaways or whatever. Then it could, but if you stake those, then it won't. The liquidity pools can't contribute to it because people have to buy those. The tokens that we're giving away to Evergrow holders right now, those can't contribute to sell pressure because, once again, you have to buy and stake in order to get half of what you put in covered, up to the 49 million that we have left. The 570 million tokens, which is 57% of our supply, more than half our supply, is, if any of those people unstake early, they have to pay an unstaking fee. They have to forfeit all their rewards in the future, and most of your rewards are in the 6-month and the 12-month. And we have that 3-month reward event coming up, which is a really big one. And we also have $40,000 in stablecoin rewards going towards the 3-month reward event. I don't know if I told you guys about that. That one goes to everybody who's in the monthly, 6-month, or 12-month, who gets a share of that one. But only the 50 million goes to the people in the 12-month. I try to focus on rewarding the 12-month because you're really helping the project. So that's most of the community, most of the supply is in a position where it will allow for the project to grow at certain price points. If we go back to this, at certain price points, you can't hit these prices without having insane volume. It's impossible to have high price without having insane volume. You're going to have people taking profits. You're going to have ups and downs all the way up. And so at certain price points, I don't know which ones are more likely, a 10x, a 20, a 50, a 100, a 1,000, comes those tens to hundreds of millions of volume that leads to those rewards that lead to us all winning. If we all chase rewards as a community by understanding that if we allow this project to grow, it'll lead to the volume that leads to the rewards that benefits all of us and not just the people who sell. And that's where we're at as a community. We're like, yeah, we understand that. You're telling me that if we get to a point where, 570 million stakes crazy. If we get to a point where, and that's why I say, guys, 1 million tokens, 1.2 million tokens is like the golden standard for this project, because it gets you into the whale pool. Whales get an extra 1% of everything, all volume, and they get an extra 12-month reward event where 15% of everything that gets unstaked goes towards this special pool that only goes towards whales. That creates a situation where, as people leave this project, they incentivize staying in it. So people can only leave the project so much before there's so much value left behind that everybody else is incentivized to stay in it and to continue to chase it, basically. And the more you chase those rewards, the more that you increase them. The more that you leave those rewards, the more you actually increase them even more. Those rewards protect the future of the project. I hope you guys understand that. I hope it's super simple what those rewards do for the project as a whole and you as an individual. Your rewards for your bag put a floor on that amount of tokens. like I said, if we hit 100 million in volume for everybody who has around a million tokens or around 1.2 million, every single holder in the 12-month staking pool, if we hit 100 million in volume, even in the next 3 months, which would be crazy, that's my goal. I don't know what will happen. It's my first project, doing the best I can. I think we're doing really well for where we're at and the markets we're in. But if we hit 100 million in the next couple months, which is what I want to do, I don't know if it will happen or not, just 100 million in tax volume. Every single wallet that has 1 million to 1.2 million tokens staked in the 12-month pool will have $30,000 worth of an appreciating stablecoin spread out between their monthly, their 6-month, and their 12-month throughout the rest of the year. Meaning that you can know my rewards can't go down for the rest of the year. They can't go below 30 grand for every single person that has that 1.2 million tokens. And that puts a demand on your bag, right? If you have $30,000 in rewards, that means 1.2 million tokens attached to it has 30 grand for anybody and everybody. For the people that are already in the project, for the people who aren't in the project, they can buy 1.2 million tokens and have $30,000 attached to it. And so the price, what does that mean? It protects the price. It protects the value of your bag. It's a floor. And so it's not just the floor, it's likely 3 to 4 times higher or even more. If you could buy $100 and have $50 in rewards, would you do it? You probably would. If you could put in $1,000 and get 500, you'd probably do that, right? How many people would do that? Probably a lot. And if you could do that and have a quarter of your bag covered, you'd probably do that as well. What does that mean? That means that if we hit 100 million in volume, 1.2 million tokens will have $30,000 attached to it, and that your bag would probably, the floor for your bag would be 3 to 4 times higher than that. Your bag wouldn't be able to go down. If it went down to $120,000, then somebody could put in $1,000 and get $250. They could put in something and get a quarter of their bag. They could put in $100,000 and have $25,000 in rewards attached to their bag. And so what does that mean? Your rewards protect the floor of your bag, and they make it much higher. Now, that doesn't mean that your bag will be around that. It likely will be much higher than that due to demand and wherever the project's at. We're just talking about the floor, as low as the price can go. Ultimately, at least the 30 grand. If for some reason people don't want to buy and have a quarter of their bag covered, or half of their bag covered, or 3/4 of their bag covered, if the price ever went below 30 grand, you could literally buy and have more rewards than what the cost is to enter into the project. So this is for everybody, right? This is the crazy part, is it's not just for the people in the project. It remains an opportunity for people entering the project, which means everybody who hasn't bought yet, you're buying into rewards that haven't been given out. You're buying into rewards built up into the 1 month, the 6 month, the 12 month, and we have reward events for the 3 month and the 9 month. Your bag is attached to that value that we've been storing up in the future. Why is that such a good thing? It means that as we grow as a project, if a big sell-off happens, it's usually the end of a project. It's dead. It's a death sentence. Let's dump. Everybody gets out. There's no value left. There's no value in the future. With this project, sales greatly fuel that value. 18% of all sales, and the fact that you have large amounts of the supply leaving, they're creating more rewards and a better entry point into those rewards. And so it can only go down so much before it's like, hey, that's a great deal to buy into those rewards. So yeah, the first milestone that I would really love to hit, and I know we haven't even hit a million yet. I think we're not too far from a million, but we haven't hit it yet. But it's hard to get momentum. But if we hit 100 million, that's what I really want to hit for this project, is 100 million as the first milestone. This project also will live on for a long time. It doesn't need something to cause it to live on, because it keeps storing up value in the future. After the 12-month reward event happens, if a bunch of people sell off, they'll fuel the reward again for the month, the 6 month, the 12 month, and they'll provide an cheaper entry point into it. Like, I might have designed something like really crazy here. You just have to understand it. Especially if the second year we start adding utility to it and start doing things like that. This project could go on year after year after year. Maybe it gets smaller, maybe it stays around the same, maybe it gets bigger. I don't know. I like to put all possibilities on the board and see what I think is most likely, and let you guys decide for yourself. Now, if we did it around the volume, this number's crazy. If we did about what Evergrow did, which Evergrow did at like the very end of the bull market, right into a bear market. for every 1.2 million tokens, you would have, and this is the low number, by the way. I'm not including the unstaking fees. I'm not including the fact that this appreciates. So these are lower numbers. The 500 million in volume would be around $150,000 in rewards for every single wallet that has 1.2 million tokens staked. If you guys have been in any project where you watched your bag go up a lot and then afterwards you didn't take profits because you thought it was going to go up higher, and then your bag went down, so you waited and hoped it would go back up, and then it never did, and then your wife just gave you a look like she was just wanting to leave you, then this project protects against that. That's why I say control token. Our slogan's like your wife won't leave you, because typically everybody who doesn't destroy the project is punished. Only the sellers win. Well, because the contract has been selling the entire time, it just keeps selling. It just sold not too long ago. It keeps selling. What's it doing? It's storing it up in the future. It can create a situation where it shifts a ton of value to everybody who typically gets nothing, and it's meaningful. It's not like 10, 20 bucks. It can be very impactful, right? Because it's 13% and 18%. It's a lot of value. It's 30% of all in staking fees. So that's why these numbers are insane. That's why, if you guys were in SafeMoon, like if you're in SafeMoon, listen up for 1 second. I have to tell you this. You wanted 1 billion tokens, which sometimes cost like 9 grand, 4 grand, 5 grand, 3 grand. You got 1 billion tokens with 1 billion in volume. $1 billion in volume, you would get $50 worth of SafeMoon. And because it's SafeMoon, the price of it could go down. With Control Token, for far less than that, with 1 million tokens, if we hit 1 billion in volume, you'd have $300,000 of stablecoin. Which means that the floor for your bag, until those rewards get distributed, would be at least 3 to 4 times greater than that, which means that your bag would probably be far greater than $1.2 million. For everybody who, this is not if you sell. This is not like, oh, if you sell and get in and get out at the right time. No, this is even if everybody sells. That's why I say for that 100 million in volume, it does, if everybody sold and left the project, if everybody for some reason all decided to sell at the same time, that your rewards could only go up. That's the system that we've created at Control Token. And honestly, your rewards would skyrocket if everybody did that. Your reward, 18% of everything being sold would just cause your rewards to go through the roof. It would be insane. So it's a system that protects the project as a whole. That's what the goal is, but it protects you as an individual as well, which is really awesome. But think about that. People were getting excited. I got excited. Oh, 1 billion in volume, 1 billion tokens, $50. If you have 1 billion a day, that's what we had to come up with those numbers. Oh, what if we had 1 billion a day? Then it could become out to this like thousands per year. Well, think about how stupid that math is. If I were to do that math with Control Token, oh, if you had 1.2 million tokens, which is like 3 to 4 grand, for 1 billion in volume, that's 300,000. And what if you did that for, an entire year? Then you'd have $109 million. You realize how stupid it would be for me to do that math? If we hit, by the way, 1 billion, what is that? We divide 1 billion. That's 83 million a month. 83 million in volume a month, we could hit 1 billion. If we do that well, which I don't know why we wouldn't, in terms of, I think we have everything we need to do that well. We have the right community, the right leadership, the right ideas, the staking. We have everything we need to allow this project to, I believe, to be something that people can actually get behind that doesn't betray them. Then we with 83 million in volume a month, which let's divide that by 30. So about 3 million, a little less than 3 million in volume a day, and we'd hit about 1 billion in volume over the course of a year. That means for every 1 million tokens, you'd have $300,000 worth of stablecoin. Please check the math on that. Don't just believe me. Go figure out the math. I'll help you do it. I'll do it right now. I'll show you guys this math. And honestly, guys, I'm not including the unstaking fees. I'm not including the fact that this value appreciates. As the stablecoin goes, XUSD goes from $1.18 to $1.20 to $1.30 to $1.40. Well, what happens when you have 100 million in volume and you have that puts 13 million of buys, if it's all buy volume, into XUSD. What will that do to appreciating the price of XUSD? I don't know. I need to ask Mark that, because that would make this even crazier if I were to say, hey, Mark, which I'll ask him right now, how do we calculate? Because this would be insane. It could make these numbers even crazier. I'm purposely making them smaller, but you see how even if I don't include the unstaking fees or the fact that this appreciates, it's still the best. You haven't seen anything this good. We're talking about $50 with SafeMoon that was a token that could be devalued by whale selling, versus $300,000 with Control Token, which is stablecoin that can't be devalued and would only go up if people sold. If I gave you the token, that value would depreciate. Your rewards would depreciate as whales sold. But if I give you stablecoin that goes up, then it goes up as they sell to increase those rewards. Do you see how crazy this is? So yeah, how do we calculate the volume affecting the price of XUSD? It looks like we got somebody who wants to come up. Definitely come up. And I'll go through comments again, guys. We're going to be doing a giveaway. Make sure you like and share and comment hashtag Evergrow on this space. We have an amazing deal going on for the Evergrow stakers. Next week, it's going to open up to all Evergrow holders. And after that, it's going to open up to everybody else. And so it's up to you guys. Look at the deal. Decide if you like it or not. I'm talking about Control Token so you can understand it, so you can decide, is this a good deal or not? And I personally... I'm done with DeFi, and this is the only solution I see to it, to be honest. I'm done with the pump and dumps, the rugs, a few people getting power over everybody else, dumping on them. It all works very bad. We just had another buy come through. Looks like it was a $63 buy. Awesome, welcome. Hey, what's up, X? How's it going, man?
Hey, man, how you been, man? This is my new account.
Who is this?
My new account.
Who is it?
Wasn't Evergrow... I've heard of Evergrow before.
Well, no, wait, you said... Who is this? I just wanted to know, because you said this is your new account. Or do you not want to say?
Oh, no. No, my name was always X, though.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. I don't remember that. Okay.
Yeah. I think I was with you when there was that whole thing going on with SafeMoon and Blockbuster Tech.
Heck yeah, man.
Yeah, with their honey pot.
Yep, yeah.
Blockbuster Tech. Yeah. Now, how's everything, man? How you been?
Been great. Just launching this project and trying to make it successful, and super excited about the future. We just had another buy of $36 come through. What were you saying about Evergrow, X?
No, I thought I've heard of it before. But what blockchain are you launching?
What blockchain? We're on BNB.
BNB. I might go dabble just for your sake.
Don't do it for my sake. That's what I tell people.
No, because you're good people. No, you're good people, though. You were there when all those scumbags were doing terrible things, you know what I mean? You were confronting them, so definitely.
I appreciate it, man. A lot of people said that. I said, I'm doing a project, and they're like, oh, I'll buy it. And I'm like, you don't even know what it is. Like, don't do that. And they're like, well, I know you're not going to rug. And I'm like, well, yeah, but you should. I don't want you to buy it unless you think it's a good idea. I kind of tell people that. I'm like, I actually don't want you to buy this project unless you like what we're doing here, because if you like what we're doing, then you think long term, you see the vision, and you're more likely to work with us as a community to make it happen. So.
Well, tell me more then.
Yeah. So, did you just get in here?
Yeah, I apologize, dude. I apologize.
You're good. Yeah, I've been ranting about it for a while, but I'll give you a quick rundown. Basically, I see crypto as a pyramid scheme. It incentivizes and rewards people for destroying the project. So everybody kind of comes together as a community to cause, this project's going to the moon and whatnot. But actually, when it comes to taking profits, everybody's divided against each other. They're trying to sell before each other on top of a bunch of people who come after them. And they're being incentivized and rewarded for doing so. They're being punished for not selling on each other. And so I just saw this reoccurring pattern of the whales have control over a project and they're being rewarded for destroying it. And they have so much power to push the price down that even if thousands of people come in buying, you create a large group of people who are able to keep that down and not allow the project to grow or see new momentum. And they're getting all the value in everybody else's exit liquidity. So I'm like, that's a terrible incentive. That's like strapping a giant bomb to your rocket that has a countdown timer on it to when the first whale sells, and hoping your rocket doesn't explode and it goes super high. And so you have to change those incentives. You have to address that. And rewarding in the token like SafeMoon did, that was a massively terrible thing, because ultimately the problem with every project is whale dominance, and whales control the project more than the team and more than the community. And Reflections was giving them the most tokens, which increased their power over the price. And so it was giving everybody fake value that was attached to the only ones who really had the power to extract that value. It was a cool idea. It was a step in the right direction, but it ended up being a bad idea if it was well thought through. And it took me a while to realize, like, oh, Reflections is a terrible idea. I don't think any project should do Reflections. If you give out tokens, you need to do it in a way that is rewarding them for helping the project grow, not for just, here you go, now go leave the project, and there's more sell pressure that you can put on the charts. And so basically, through my experience with SafeMoon and Evergrow, I was able to look at what the problem is with every single project and to actually come up with a solution for it. I didn't do this quickly, didn't copy paste anything, I didn't copy anybody. I sat down and I was like, this is a problem, and it's a massive problem, and surely there's a solution to this. Surely somebody doesn't need to get $1 million while everybody else gets stuck with a dead project. What if that person got 800,000, forfeited all their rewards, and paid another $200,000 into those rewards? And what if you converted all those rewards into stablecoin? And what if you don't give them out immediately? If you give out rewards immediately, then it's going to go out based on the amount of tokens everybody has, which means the whales are going to immediately get all of it, and then they're going to sell. They're going to get all the value out of the rewards, and then they're going to get all the value out of the liquidity pool. There's no value left for the future of the project, and it dies. Everybody's incentivized to get what little value they can out of the LP and abandon ship on that project. And that's the pattern that we see in DeFi over and over and over and over and over again. Pump and dump and pump and dump, whether it be small or whether it be big. Because that's the incentive, and that's where the value is laid out. That's the game of the liquidity pool. And so nobody's addressing this problem, and I think I'm one of the few people who has actually addressed this problem. And the only way to really do that is to pull value away from the people who leave the project and give value to the people who stay. And so we do that through preserving 13% of all buys, 18% of all sells into a stable coin. And then we build it up and give it out in reward events, which means people have the opportunity to come into these reward events before they happen. It's not like you've missed out on all the rewards. Anybody can get in today, between today and I think Friday, and you'll be able to take part in our first reward event that have built up. We have about $120,000 that have built up, but most of the rewards are in the 6-month and the 12-month. So we're building up monthly rewards, 6-month rewards, and 12-month rewards. The monthly are just kind of to get you by. They're not supposed to be massive. The 6-month is supposed to be, that's 4% of all volume that built up for 6 months and then is being given out to everybody in the staking pools, which is pretty sweet. And then we have our big one, which is really cool, which is the 12-month. 6% of all buys, 11% of all sells, built up for an entire year, built up into this reward event. So no matter what, the 6-month will always be twice as big as the monthlies before it, all of them, and the 12-month will always be 3 to almost 4 times bigger than all of the monthly events combined before it. And they stack, so they happen at the same time. So when the 12-month reward event happens, it'll happen the same time as the last month reward event and the last 6-month reward event. And so what that value does is it puts a natural demand on your bag. So as your bag, since your rewards can't go down, right now, if anybody buys control token, you're getting value that is preserved in a stable coin attached to your bag, which is really cool to think about. It's not like you buy and then you hope a bunch of volume happens. No, most of the volume that's happened has been built up into the 6 and 12 month, which everybody has access to by getting in the project right now. But that value puts a demand on your bag. So if your bag's $100 and the rewards for $100 worth of tokens is $25, that $25 is the floor for your bag and the entire project. The project cannot go below the $25 for that amount of tokens without you being able to purchase tokens that have more value in stablecoin attached to them for the cost of those tokens. And the numbers they're the craziest numbers you've ever seen. I don't know if you were there, X. Do you remember the do you remember the billion in volume with the billion tokens gets you $50?
Yeah.
Yeah, did you hear what it is for this project?
No.
So if you have 1 million tokens, and we get 1 billion in volume, it's $300,000 in stablecoin.
Oh. Man, you're making me want to go back to a little bit of Binance real quick, get a little scoop. I told myself I'll never go back.
Oh, really?
I'm being honest, but you know what? You know, I knew you were there, man. You were front lines with all the crap that went down over there. You know what I mean? And your project sounds great. Honestly, it does. It really does. So I might come scoop up some stuff, open up an old wallet that has a little bit of BNB, and come get some, man. Hey, at least even like other people said, at least you know you're not gonna rug here, you know.
No, like that's another thing is like the whales. You know, we just had a whale X. He dropped $60,000 at the pre-sale in the last 10 minutes before the pre-sale closed. He got 62 million tokens, which is 6% of our supply. 2 weeks ago, he came into the Telegram, and you can go find it. It's Cetus is his name, Cetus. He said, "Hey, I love this project." He said, "I've been in crypto a while, and somebody who has 62 grand to drop in a pre-sale, I think you might want to listen to what they have to say." You know it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
He said, "This project is rare. This community is rare." And I love the idea of perpetual rewards that just keep increasing. And he says, I want to help this project grow. And he has some things he's going to do, I don't know what they are, in the following months to help this project grow. But he says, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to enter into the 12-month staking pool. At that time, his 60 grand was over $200,000. This is like less than 2 weeks ago that he did this. And we were actually sitting, I believe, either right around this price, or actually I think it might have been lower than this price. And when he did this, and he said, we watched his bag go into the 12-month staking. He's saying, I'm committing to holding these tokens for 12 months, and I'm also going to do other things that I can to help this project grow. And so that's an amazing level of confidence to have basically a team of people who we're all united in the growth, because we know that in the typical project, when you try to get a project to do well, you're trying to get it to do well so you can sell on all your friends. Like, that's really the reality. And as long as everybody understands it, that's fine. But ultimately, you're divided when it comes to taking profit. Everybody's trying to destroy their project first, and they're all trying to pretend like they're not going to do that, basically. Any project that you're super excited in, you're only super excited because you want to sell it at some point. And so this project, we can actually be united in the rewards, which means that if we hit 100 million in volume, everybody who has 1.2 million tokens will have $30,000 worth of stablecoin without selling. They'll also have the ability to sell, and they can sell, and that value will put a demand on their token 3 to 4 times greater is my guess. 120,000 will be the floor for your bag, because if, like I said, if your bag goes down to 30 grand, you could put in 30 grand and have 30 grand in rewards that can only go up until you get them. So it's a really crazy concept. It allows for us to actually be united as a community when it comes to growing this project, which I don't know if that's really been done, to have a community to be able to be united in value, where if we all cause this project to succeed, we can actually feel good about it. Whereas with a typical project, when you sell, I just sold on a bunch of people and hurt the project, but hey, I got mine. Screw you guys, I got mine. You know what I mean? But with this one, it's like, hey,
sounds great, dude.
It's crazy, dude. Yeah.
Dude, honestly, it sounds great. Honestly, man, I gotta get myself some. I really do. I gotta open up my old Binance wallet and get myself some.
Hey, man, I have a ton of videos. We have a white paper. We have a lot of information if you want to read it more. Obviously, everybody does different levels of research before they decide to get into something, and everybody's just responsible for it. But we have a ton of information out there if you want to.
Oh, definitely. I'll definitely look into that. I'll dabble into that. Definitely. You're definitely doing something different. I'm following you, so you got all that information on your stuff?
Yep, a lot of it's on my YouTube. You can go to controltoken.net. We got a lot of information on there on the white paper. We've got videos. I have a lot of like really high quality videos that explain it. But yeah, there's just a ton of information out there, and it's just something that it addresses the problem that you're probably going to continue to keep finding in every other crypto that you look at and DeFi. There's probably some very rare projects that are really good, but unless you have a really, really good utility with a lot of profit going to the charts, it's going to pump and it's going to dump.
Well, if you don't mind,
Yeah.
I'm actually. What you have similarities to this one project, but
Yeah.
you're totally like you're bonkers, right? Like you're doing it fucking great. I love what you're doing. But this one project with the utility that I invested in,
Mhm.
not to give like a crazy show, I'm just trying to be as quick as possible. But the guy came up with a machine, like a bot essentially, but he set up his own parameters and all that. And he's been scanning the Ethereum blockchain for like 2.5 years, right? And what it does is it vets through projects and all that, and the contracts and all that, to make sure it's not a rug, or try to make it as least possible for you not to get rugged. So he came out with his own token. If you were to hold his own token, right, it gets you into these calls and it puts you in a time slot on the Ethereum blockchain. I know a lot of Binance people don't mess with Ethereum. You know what I mean? That's where I went and dabbled back in. But yeah, the utility is crazy. Like, that's what you want to look for. You want to look for projects that have that utility. You know what I mean? No more like kind of, like you said, all killing each other for the project and building it up. At least this project, the project I'm also invested in, incentivizes you not wanting to sell because you have a time slot. You get what I'm saying? You lose that time slot.
That's interesting. So you get a certain amount of tokens that contract is trying to pick tokens that it thinks isn't a rug, and you get shares of that, or how do you get it?
So what it is like basically like it gives me like it's on Telegram and Discord, right? So like depending on how much of the tokens I'm holding, it puts me in a time slot and it notifies me within that time slot from when the machine picked up that project.
Oh, so it doesn't buy
down.
anything; it just notifies you of it. Okay.
No, it notifies you because it's like a vetted through project. Like, hey man, this can go. Like the most recent project they picked up, it was last week.
Yeah.
Right? Insanity. It's called ETH Vista, right? It was like number 2 trending. They called it at 24 cents. The machine picked it up and notified everybody on their phone at 24 cents.
Yeah.
That thing blasted up to $40.
Really?
Yeah, like this. I don't know what this guy's like a mad genius, right? Like this guy is like, he's like killing it in Ethereum right now, killing it, and he has a still low market cap. Not that many people are onto it, really, but like the incentive, like you don't want to sell on his currency, on his token, because you'll lose your time slot. Like you get.
Can you just hold? What's the minimum amount you have to hold? You there, X? Oh, I can't hear you if you're talking, brother.
I'm sorry. I just got a phone call right at that moment. Can you repeat what you were saying?
Oh, I was just saying, what's the minimum amount that you would have to hold?
Well, so yeah, he also so I could actually let me look at the chart, right? You can hold up to 5 trillion is a humpback, right? And 5 trillion, if you were to hold 5 trillion, you would get the calls within 80 minutes. And then there's a humpback that's 10 trillion, and then he also has NFTs that are tied with it. So if you were to like combine what you're holding, right, and then your NFT, it will put you up in a higher tier.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it's like a whole tier system. Like, all right, so like he has like 107, I think, NFTs.
The only thing
And
I don't know. That is a really cool idea, but then it seems like the people that are early in that project are going to be getting access to those projects earlier than everybody else, and it might,
No, I get you. But even to get on the project,
yeah.
Say a new project with it, because it's only a 24-hour span, right? Within 24 hours of a new project, like say if you got on, let's say for instance, if SafeMoon was on, Ethereum and it picked it up within the first 24 hours, at one point SafeMoon did go, you know what I mean? But then eventually everybody did get robbed,
Yeah.
But it's stuff like that, like a great project that you think that, hey, I wish I got in at least day 1 or day 2 of it being born, and especially it being vetted through with the whole machine, which is cool. You know what I mean? Just throwing a little thing, like little comparison, like your incentives to not want to sell on your people.
Yeah. Well, hey, I appreciate you coming up and talking about that, and
No,
yeah, definitely just let me know what you think about Control Token.
no, I'm definitely gonna come in there, man. You're definitely actually just following Control Token right now too.
Heck yeah. All right, hey, I appreciate you coming up, man. I just gotta move on and give somebody else some more time to speak. But thanks for coming up, X.
No problem, man. Sorry, didn't mean to show
No,
up.
you're good, bro. Oh, you're good. I just we've got King waiting for a while. What's going on, King and Sign?
Otherwise,
Hey, did you have a question or what's going on?
yeah, it's just a question, Sha. Uh, what are the tokenomics of this control token?
Utility?
No, tokenomics.
Which one for the tax?
The control token. No, the control token.
Yeah, you're talking about the giving out of the tokens in the pre-sale, or are you talking about the tax?
Yeah, I get the tax, not the person.
Yeah, that's 15% buy, 20% sell. The buy is 2% goes to the treasury and 13% goes to stablecoin. And the sell is 2% goes to the treasury and 18% goes to stablecoin.
Okay. That seems fair. I'm not sure. I think I'll make more research on this control token before embarking on any decision. It's nice over here, so I'm really tired. That's why. Yeah.
All right, man. Well, hey, I appreciate you coming up. Yeah, shoot me a message if you have anything else. And there's a lot of information on the website if you want to check out the website.
I'll check it out.
All right. Hey, thanks for coming up, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Alrighty, guys. Yeah, so we've got okay, I've got some more messages coming in. I'll have to check those in a little bit, guys. We're gonna mix it up a little bit. We're gonna switch to, like I said, guys, we're doing a giveaway today. So giving away 100,000 control token, which is actually a lot. I need to comp down on these giveaways. It's about $400 worth of control token, and we're gonna be doing that at the end of this space. So make sure you like, share this space, and just comment hashtag Evergrow. We're doing a really crazy deal for Evergrow holders who were affected by what just happened. Basically, we had a partnership with them. We had 60 million tokens that were going to go to them through the staking contract. We got 55 million of those back because of what happened. We're setting 5 million aside to give back to them at the launch if it's worth it. If our price does a 10x, it'll be worth 200,000, so it'll be very valuable. And then we're keeping 50 million, which we're matching basically half of your buys. So if you have a wallet that has staked Evergrow in it, you go to our controltoken.net and go to staking. When you log into the staking, an extra option will come up and it'll say it looks like you've been affected by the Evergrow situation. And then you can hit buy right there. And it'll tell you how much control you're going to immediately get into your wallet. So you'll be buying and staking into the 12-month, which could be like $100, right? You do 100, then you'll get about $100 worth of that of the token into the 12-month staking, and then you'll get immediately another $50 back to your wallet. I don't know if anything like this has been done before. I think it's a crazy value, and you just don't have to do it. It's just there if you want to. You can get a ton of value. If you were doing the staking for Evergrow, you probably weren't going to get a lot because it was 60 million, but it was divided between thousands of people, and so it was a lot less over a long period of time. But this gives you the opportunity to get a lot. And we're doing a 50 million airdrop on top of this to everybody in the 12-month staking pool in 2 months, which is, I can't believe I did that, but I've already committed to it, so it's just got to happen. 50 million tokens on top of that. So the opportunity to get a large amount of tokens now, be in the 12-month staking pool, and then get a large amount of tokens at the 3-month event is, it's a really good opportunity. So just keep that in mind. Okay, yeah, I'm trying to fix it for anybody who bought yesterday. You'd be able to show me that information, and I'll be able to send you to make sure you get those tokens. It's just you needed to have bought and staked in the 12-month pool. If you didn't do those things, then okay. So no, in order to qualify, you had to have a wallet that has the staked Evergrow on it, bought yesterday or today, and then staked in the 12-month pool. If you meet all three of the criteria and you didn't get your tokens, which everybody is now, we're literally watching the amount go down on the blockchain. So it's working fully now, but yesterday it was kind of bugging out a little bit. Then we will definitely match that today. We've had some more buys come through. We had another $95 buy, still sitting at our 4x. We're super close to the all-time high, which is really awesome. And this opportunity just is open to everybody. If people don't do it, then that's fine, because it gives you guys the opportunity to do it in about 2 weeks. If people do it, then it's helping the project grow. And so it's this really cool way to like give back to you guys. It's like, as the price goes up, the entry point into the project becomes not as appealing, right? But the more it goes up, the more people want to chase it. People chase green candles. So by setting large amounts of the supply aside and giving you this extra incentive, it's basically like providing a cheaper entry point. Now, I would love to just give people tokens on top of what they buy. But if I do that, people could cheat the system and just buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, drain the LP and drain the tokens. So through the staking, we're able to still give you a lot of value, but to protect the project, which you want that, Of course, you want me to give you value so you can sell, but if I do that to everybody, somebody else is going to destroy the project before you, and they're going to hurt it. So it's protecting you as an individual from other people doing that to you and the project as a whole by putting it behind the staking. So really awesome situation that we have going on. We're probably going to switch over, and I'm going to explain some of the math. Let me check the comments on everything to make sure I'm caught up, and then we'll switch over and do a little bit of math for a little bit. And I'll show you guys some of the math, which is pretty sweet. Where is it at? Oh, there it is. Alrighty, let me check the multi-stream. I appreciate all you guys on the YouTube side of things, on the Twitch, on the Twitter Live, on the Twitter Space, liking, sharing, getting more people in here. And yeah, if you're on the Twitter Space, or if you guys want to be part of a giveaway, we're giving away about $400, which is really sweet. All you have to do is like, share, and comment hashtag Evergrow on the Twitter Space that we're doing. So you got to go find that space, like, share it, and comment hashtag Evergrow. Clearly I'm hungry. Didn't mean to type eat. CC, you're killing me. I can only buy so much. Reflections in the token is like a self-perpetuating ponies. Okay, I've never heard that before. I'll bet a lot of stakers have already made $50 in XUSD now already for the control event. If our volume ends up being good for the day. Last I checked, we are hair over 650K total. We might hit 675,000 in volume. Yeah, you don't need much. So let me do this math real fast, because this one is kind of exciting. That 100 million, that's like the golden, it would basically be, what, 10 times lower than what the number was that I gave you guys earlier. What would that be, like 300,000? Yeah, so 273,000 in volume a day for a year would be 100 million in volume. Now, it starts to sound a lot more possible when you divide it up over a long period of time. But the reality is when you get to these moments where the price really explodes, that's when you see crazy amounts of volume within days, within weeks, within months. That's typically how it works. It's usually not consistent volume over a period of time. It's usually a ride up in volume, and then on the ride down on volume, and then it just kind of dwindles off. But with the structure that we have, because we have reward events structured out, it provides these opportunities for buying before reward events and selling before reward events, and buying after reward events and selling after reward. We incentivize volume throughout the entire year. And so if we have one good run up, we will have continuous volume throughout the year, unlike any other project you've seen. And if we only hit around 273,000 in volume a day, which if we pick up at all, that would not be much, to be honest with you guys, then we could hit 100 million within a year, and that would put us at that for the control event, which will be in August of next year, the 12-month reward event. It will be everybody who has 1 million tokens will have about $30,000. Everybody who has 100,000 tokens, which only costs like $400, would have $3,000. Now that's really good. Now look at the rest of these projects out here. $400. If we hit 100 million in volume, you have $3,000 plus the ability to sell your bag. It is crazy. The rewards are really good. Alrighty, what was the name of that project? I don't know, but if you want to, you can follow him to find out. Share on X, right? Yep, share it on X. I got a question. It doesn't matter how much we stake on the 12 months or the 3 months to get rewards. Yeah, that definitely matters, Abraham. Like, it's the amount that you have staked divided by the total amount staked. So if you had 1 staked and then there was 10 staked, you divide 1 by 10, you get that decimal, and that's your share compared to everybody else, and then you multiply that times the rewards. It definitely matters. The more that you have in the staking pools, the more rewards you're going to get. You can't just put 1 token in there and get the same as everybody else. What's crack-a-lackin'? What's up, Fat Thor? How's it going, brother? Have you done the draw yet? No, that'll be done at the end, which I'm not sure when it's going to be. It could be now, it could be in a couple hours, it could be later tonight. Just depends on how long we keep going. I'm just mostly trying to create a space for people who are part of Evergrow and who were recently affected by everything that's going on at Evergrow to understand the opportunity that they have presented to them right now so they can decide if they like it or not. You know, it sucks, but I think this is an amazing opportunity, and it's also just an awesome situation for, you know, the project that I'm telling you about is one that is, you know, for me, when I tell somebody about a project, I typically, it's like, hey, I don't know, maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. With this project, I'm like, this is insane. And I'm like, no, you need to check, you need to look at this. Like, understand the math, understand the implications of protection against sell-off, understand what happens when a sell-off happens with reward events, with high tax, with volume, with, you know, all of these things are crazy. I just haven't seen anything like it. And so, you know, when I tell people about this project, it's like, this is for your benefit. I'm not telling you for my benefit. I'm telling you for your benefit. You know what I mean? So when people, that's why I'm like, we have a crazy idea. We just have to, once we get that momentum, we have all the right stuff in place to allow that momentum to reach the heights that allow for that kind of volume we want to see. I'm at the airdrop. Would it matter how much we had? Yeah, the airdrop only goes to you if you're in the 12-month staking pool. So if you have anything that's staked outside of the 12-month, it doesn't affect it because those tokens aren't getting anything when it comes to the airdrop. The 3-month reward event, we're giving away an extra 50 million tokens, which is just crazy when you look at it on top of this. And that will be going towards everybody in the 12-month staking pool. I'm on the airdrop that you said it's going to get on 3 months staking and get the 12 months. Doesn't matter how much we have staked to get the airdrop. No, but the amount that you have determines how much you will get. So if you have 1 token staked in the 12-month, you're going to get like nothing because other people have millions. You know, so if you have 1 million staked, you'll get a lot. So just keep that in mind. Let me check comments and stuff real quick, and then we're going to go do some math, and I'm going to show you guys some of the math for this project so you can see that I'm not making this stuff up because some of these numbers just sound too good to be true. We're at 101 likes. I appreciate all you guys liking and sharing. We're going to be doing a giveaway live during this space. Just make sure you like, share, comment hashtag Evergrow. If you guys are in Evergrow, we're just trying to tell you about an opportunity. You guys can decide if you like it or not, but it is a crazy deal to be able to buy, stake, and then get half of what you bought immediately sent to your wallet. I don't know if any crypto project's done that before. I don't, you know, my community itself is like, really? We don't get this deal? Like, what the heck? They're upset right now. So it comes to the stakers first. Everybody who staked has this opportunity. If they don't want to take it, take advantage of it, that's fine. There's no pressure to it. It's just if you want to. The next week, it's going to be open to everybody who is in Evergrow. Hey, anybody who else Evergrow, the opportunity is open to you next. After that, it's open to everybody for 2 weeks. Anything left at that point is going to be open for everybody to have basically the ability to buy into the 12 months stake and get half of what they get back, which is, you guys can go do all the math on all these things. I can't lay out everything for you, but you can go do the math on like what having that many tokens looks like, and then the sell fee, the unstaking fee, and where does that put you, and then look at the project and decide if you like it or not. Either way, it's a crazy deal. All right, yeah, we're super close to our all-time high. And it's one of those things where, like, typically with a project, people are trying to get you in so that you can be their exit liquidity. We're trying to get people in so that we can go to some crazy volumes that lead to rewards for everybody. Do you guys see the difference in that? it's one of those things where it's like almost this frustration of like everybody should love this project. Like, it's like you're so used to getting beat that you need a guy that like beats you, and you don't want that guy that treats you right. And literally every project out here is trying to scam you. They're trying to pump and dump on you. Or the only project that's like, we're storing up value for you guys in the future, and we're giving you like a crazy deal, and we have a 3-month airdrop event, and you have I didn't get myself any tokens, and we're also creating utility that is going to really stand out. We have basically everything you would want in a project, which is crazy. Awesome. Let me check the multi-stream. Almost at all-time high. We're doing really good. Super close. So the only thing that I really need to do for this next week is to let every staker know of Evergrow. This is your opportunity to do this, and if you guys choose not to, you're not going to be able to get upset at me afterwards and be like, damn, I wish I would have done that. As long as you know and you say, I don't like it, I don't want to do that, that's fine. Or if you see it and you go, hey, that's a pretty sweet deal and this project sounds crazy. So the thing is, like, I know you guys haven't heard a project like this. This idea is nuts. It's crazy how good this is. I've covered a lot of projects. I'm the one who told most of you guys about Evergrow. You know what I mean? And so it's like, look at what I told you about Evergrow and how amazing it was when it first took off, which it's a completely different project right now. It's not 8% BUSD rewards with buybacks and big candles and all that stuff with Luna Sky. And all. It's completely different. It's low tax with wallets and staking, and all this different thing. It's not the same project. And what I'm telling you about is a project that, and that project, I don't know how much thought went into it when it came to thinking about a lot of the implications of these things. It was just throwing a project together. I've thought heavily through all of these implications and scenarios of what this project can do. Fat Thor, what's up, brother? Is the 50% reward staked or just sent back? It's not staked. So what you get is just sent to your wallet immediately. So you put 10 grand in, you get 5 grand immediately worth of the tokens sent back to your wallet. So you have the 10,000 in the staking in the 12-month and the 5,000 sitting in your wallet. Pretty crazy, huh? It's a pretty sweet deal. But if you try to cheat the system and you unstake and sell, and then you sell this, you're going to come out with less than what you put in. A little bit less. But if you hold that to the 12 months, you don't have an unstaking fee, and then you can sell. And if you, you can do whatever you want with those tokens, whether you stake and get more, or whatever. And it's good for the project. We're bringing in like long-term thinkers, people who understand the long-term vision of the project. That's the kind of people you want to draw in. Alrighty, let me check some messages. We're about to look at some math. Mark is messaging me back about the question. It depends on how many people buy XUSD on their own or how much XUSD is held instead of sold. My short answer is it would multiply it several times over. 100 million volume could easily 10x XUSD. Okay, hold on a second. If that was the answer, okay. No, it would end up being 13 million from buys and 18 million from sells. That has to be the difference. There's no way he's talking about 10x off 100 million in volume. If it did, then your rewards would be, they'd be 300,000 for everybody with 100 million in volume. No way. No way. Mark is so good at math. I can't believe he just told me that. You guys. No way. No way. Sorry, guys. What he's telling me right now is it's bigger for this project than almost anything I've told you guys. Okay, there's one thing that's hard to keep in mind. Sorry about the typing, guys. Yeah, so as crazy as that is, there's no way. I didn't know this. I'm sorry, guys, for help. That's what he's telling me right now is that okay, so I'll just tell you some of the things Mark said. He said, I said no, it would end up being 13 million from buys and 18 million from sells. He says, I know, I was keeping that in mind. So he's saying 13 million from buys with like 15 exit, I believe. Which would also 15x control in the same LP, although it would be going up from buys regardless. If it was 13 million in taxes from equal buys and sells, though, it would 15x it just from XUSD raising in value. That takes this to some like next level thing that I haven't even talked about or looked at. Because like when we look at these numbers, and this is the hard part for me to figure out. So if he's saying if we had 13 million in volume, that XUSD would do a 10 to 15x, dude. Hold on, that's why does that not sound right? So you're telling me if we did 10 million in volume, that everybody who had a million tokens would have normally 3 grand, but if it does even a 10x, it would be 30 grand? No, because it would be a lot, but it wouldn't be 30. It would be a lot, more than 3, but it wouldn't be 30 because it's buying XUSD at different points. So that's got to be the only difference, is that you get less XUSD for the dollar value that goes into it as XUSD goes up, obviously. And so what buys it early on is appreciating over a longer period of time. So as it's buying and doing a 10x XUSD, all the buys in the beginning are appreciating up into that 10x, up into one day. Now, so what was bought right before the 10x, that a 9x, only appreciated that final, from the 9x to the 10x. You guys see that? So I don't know how to calculate something like that. I'm sure Mark does because he's freaking crazy. But it basically would mean that even if it did, like, I don't even know what that would look like, but it would greatly increase these rewards that I'm telling you. It would make them even more insane. But that's with 10? No way, dude. Hold on, I'm sorry. That just can't be right. If it is, then this is the best reward project ever made. 100%. This is the best reward project ever made. I apologize for the delay, guys, but this is something crazy. 13 million from buys with like 15 exit. What? No matter how, I hope that I'm understanding something wrong here. Okay. So, sorry about the typing. Yeah, so he's saying with 100 million in volume that he believes XUSD would do a 15x. I don't think it's as simple as just multiplying at times the rewards. It'd be sweet if it worked that way. Just 15 times 30 grand and you've got, like $700,000. But it still could have a greatly increasing effect on the value that's being stored up in the future, because the value that's there constantly appreciates, and what's being added is also appreciating as it's going in up until it's given out, which is that might just be too hard to calculate. But it's still freaking crazy, because that means that if we had 100 million in volume, it would probably likely be far bigger than 30 grand. I'm not including the appreciating part. I've always said that. But I didn't know it would appreciate that much. I thought maybe it would go to a couple dollars. I didn't know it would appreciate to 15. That's insane. I apologize, guys. If I could find a way to calculate that and we could get an actual number, these numbers might be even crazier. I'll have to look at that. It would just, no, what would that math be? I bet it would be something like how much value appreciates over time as it's being bought. Yes, Mark, because he's way smarter than me. All right, after this, I'll go back to the stream, guys. I apologize. If you guys are here in Evergrow, just shoot me a message. Ask me a question about, this deal that we have going on that basically gives you this opportunity to buy and then get half of what you bought sent directly to your wallet. So you buy if you have an Evergrow wallet that was staked, and then you go and Evergrow wallet that is staked. Check something real fast. You had to have staked Evergrow in your wallet, and it'll give you that opportunity. Yeah, that's what Mark is saying. But it wouldn't 15x these numbers I'm giving you, but it would do a massive increase in the... I just need to figure out what that numbers would be. Let me ask Mark this real quick, and then we'll move on. Doing a giveaway of basically $400 at the end of this. I'm not sure how long I'll go. I'll probably go to like another hour and a half, and then I'll probably end it. We're just trying to give Evergrow people an opportunity to just see the opportunity that we're giving them, which is, I think, one of the biggest opportunities that they have in the space. If anybody doesn't do it, that's fine. I'm just going to let them know. If they don't want to do it, it's cool. It'll open up to all Evergrow holders, and then it'll open up to everybody. So everybody has a fair chance to take advantage of it in that order, which is pretty sweet. And then if it doesn't finish, then I'm going to take those tokens back, and then I'm going to do something else with them to incentivize the growth of the project. Because my goal of this project is to be as successful as possible. So hopefully you guys realize that. Let me ask Mark this question, and then we'll get ready to go back to the stream. If anybody wants to come up on the Twitter space and ask anything about Evergrow or Control Token, you guys are welcome to. And yeah, I appreciate all you guys being here. I bet Mark's smart enough to figure that out, but that's a hard equation. But even if it like ended up with like a total of a 2 to 3x, even if it only ended up with a 2x of your bag, which it might be more, it would still be 60 grand for 100 million in volume, which is crazy, right? Which would put the floor of your bag at 3 to 4 times that, which would be insane. But what if it did a 3x? Then it would be like almost 90,000. These numbers could get even crazier based on the math around XUSD appreciating, because our contract buys it, it appreciates the value of XUSD. As people sell XUSD, it increases the value of it. So super crazy setup that we have here. Let me go ahead and check the comments one more time, and then I got to take a quick break, and then we'll get back to it, and we'll go back into the numbers on the live. And we'll probably be going for another hour and a half, unless something changes. And like I said, the main goal of these is just to reach out to Evergrow holders and be like, hey guys, here's the opportunity that I have for you. It's a really sweet deal, and here's the project that we have that you can look at. If you're not interested, don't do it. Otherwise, if you were excited about Evergrow, it's very, very hard to imagine you not being super excited about Control Token. Okay. But yeah, guys, we're sitting at that 4. We're super close to the all-time high, and our goal is not just the all-time high. We want to go as high as possible. And I think that I'm starting to get clearer pictures on what that path is forward. So, you look at this chart, and I think people are so used to everything they've been through, right? And so it's just like, hey, what's possible when you get most of the community in the staking pools and most of the supply staked up with a leader who doesn't have any tokens to dump on it, who doesn't plan on it, and who is using those tokens to incentivize buys and is creating these amazing reward events from the 3-month, the 6-month, the 9-month, the 12-month into a bull run, what should be the biggest bull run. So this is my one goal with this project. I don't wake up and do stuff for this project for fun. I'm like, how do I get this project to do well? And I'm constantly thinking and strategizing and planning and organizing. And I'm a very realistic thinker, so when I think of plans, it's not like this huge shot in the dark. Hopefully this, like I said, I dress up as Crystal Control, I put on a wig, and start doing OnlyFans online. Like, I'm not doing something stupid like that. I come up with very realistic plans to take this project to the next level, and we have a lot of different things going at once. So yeah, make sure you like, share, and comment hashtag Evergrow down below. If you're in Evergrow, just shoot me a DM or a comment. Wherever, just shoot me a question to ask me about what's going on if you're interested. It's a pretty crazy deal to be able to buy into Control Token and get 50% back is quite a crazy deal. So alrighty, guys. If somebody wants to come up on the Twitter, you're welcome to. We got a lot of people in here. Everybody do me a favor, like, share this space. You guys are welcome to come up. We're going to be doing a giveaway of about $400, probably pretty soon, to be honest with you guys. And yeah, we're just trying to give this opportunity for Evergrow holders to be part of a good project that is going to help Evergrow when it rebrands and relaunches. We have 5 million tokens set aside that can go towards their launch. And so yeah, if we do a 10x, that'll be $200,000 to be putting towards their launch to be given as rewards, which can really help the project. Because of what they're doing, they have a similar structure of if you delay those rewards and they're given out, then the people who leave are forfeiting that, or they're at least providing a cheaper entry point into those rewards, which is really great. And that those rewards can really like help save a project. So it's really two ways to help people. Is for one, give you an amazing deal where you're getting half your bag through staking in the 12-month back immediately, and to get you into what I believe is one of the best projects ever. I'm not just trying to get you in a project for the sake of getting in one or the sake of being exit liquidity. I still think we literally are very early and that we have a long way to go. What we're aiming for. This is nothing as a community, as the whales, as me, as the team or whatever. What we're aiming for. This is nothing. We're not trying to go a little bit higher. No, we're trying to see how far can a project grow when you have a whole community behind it. You have many things telling you that. You have the value in the future of the project that can't go down. You have the people in the staking pool, literally 57%, 570 million tokens in the staking pool is crazy to have that kind of assurance in a project. Yeah, it's quite nuts. So if anybody wants to come up, go ahead and raise your hand. If you're from Evergrow, if you have any questions about how to do this, I can walk you through it. It's super easy. You just need your wallet that has staked Evergrow in it, and then you can go into our staking site at Control Token, and then you'll be able to you'll get an extra option that you didn't have before that will allow you to take part in this extra rewards that we got, which will give you the extra 50% bonus directly to your wallet after you buy and stake, if you have that Evergrow wallet. After that, it'll open up to all Evergrow holders next week, and then after that, it'll open up to everybody. So if the price goes up, the more that people take advantage of it, if the price continues to go up, the less tokens you're going to get as it goes up. But it's just up to you guys to decide on if you want to do this or how you want to do it. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if there's going to be dips or if there's going to be a lot of buy pressure. What's going to happen? I don't know. All I know is it's an awesome opportunity, and if people want to take advantage of it, it'll help the project and it'll get them a lot of tokens. If they don't want to take advantage of it, then it doesn't hurt the project. It's extremely low risk with an extremely high potential of reward, and it's providing that opportunity to the Evergrow holders first, which is really sweet, and then it opens up to everybody else. I already have some really great ideas of more stuff that I can do after this, but these next 4 weeks, main focus is going to be locking liquidity, complete relaunch of the website. It looks really great. I can't wait for that to happen. The rewards will be showing, the calculator will be working. That's freaking awesome. And it's going to be just like making sure everybody knows at Evergrow, hey, we've got this crazy deal going, and you guys need to look at. If you guys liked Evergrow, it's hard to imagine you not liking Control Token. Sam came later in Evergrow. Sam didn't design Evergrow. Paul didn't design Evergrow. They both came on later. Rocket and all those guys came later. All the guys who made Evergrow were gone. Praveen and those other guys. They designed it. They're the one who did all those things. And so it's not the same team or vision that it initially was. And so, when it comes to talking about that, I'm trying to say, if you like the 8% BUSD rewards as much as I did, which was really cool, it's a lot of value. 8% of all volume immediately be giving out in stablecoin. That's great. Then I think you can see how amazing that was, but how much more amazing it would be if you were pulling all that value away from everybody and putting it into the future. And so you've got your monthly, that's just something to get you by. You got your 6 month, that one's kind of exciting, and you got your 12 month, that's a really big exciting event. Plus the fact that our coin appreciates. I don't know if you can get more bullish on a project than this one. It's absolutely insane to have an appreciating stablecoin value that we store. Everything that we store up for the 6 month and the 12 month, it can only appreciate between now and when it goes out. And buys and sells can only increase the amount of the coin in there. Like, I don't know, dude. I don't know how to lay out a more better project than what Control Token is. But yeah, we're going to take a little break, and I got to let my dogs out. It's time for them to eat and to go out, and we're going to take a little break, and then we're going to come back and look at the math. In the meantime, everybody want to come up and talk about Evergrow. I'm specifically looking for anybody who has any questions on Evergrow, or if you want to know about it, or really anything, you can shoot me a DM. You should be able to shoot me a DM, or if you just have any questions about it, this opportunity, you're definitely welcome to just ask any questions about Control Token, about Evergrow, about what this partnership is, how it could help Evergrow, all of that jazz. You know, I kind of am the reason a lot of people are in Evergrow, because I covered it before anybody was talking about it. I talked about it while it was in the pre-sale. I made videos about it right after it launched, and I got tons of people into it. And as exciting as that was, and exciting as the future, the potential of it is, because of the community and because of the team and because of what they're working on, I am, more excited for Control Token than I was for Evergrow when it launched, because it's addressing the pump and dump problem, and it's shifting more value to people than any project I've ever seen, in a way that unites the community to grow a project over a long period of time instead of over a few months and then trying to dump on each other. And so that's not me trying to crap on what Evergrow is now, because it's different now. It's completely different. That's what Evergrow was then. And I am the reason that a lot of you guys know about Evergrow, because I found it online and then I covered it and made videos about it. So yeah, guys, I'm going to take a quick break and let my dogs out. And we're going to be doing that giveaway real soon. If somebody wants to come up, I could bring you up and you could talk to people while I am gone. That would be super useful. So I'm going to send out some invites to anybody down here, random people, and you guys are, if you want to come up and speak while I'm gone for a couple minutes while I let my dogs out, I would super appreciate that. If not, it's totally fine. I know that's a lot of pressure. If not, there might be less people in here when we do the giveaway, and it might be better. Only token ever where I want to see buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell. Yeah, and if we have sideways action, our rewards just keep going up. Sells and buys increase our rewards. So sideways, it's not like meaningless. It's our rewards just keep going up. It's crazy. Really cool structure that we have. I'll be right back on the YouTube and live side of things, and then I'll be right back in the Twitter space. I started off in the beginning, but it's super important that you guys understand like what this is. If you buy a project and you get in, early, you get a lot more tokens. So if I take a large amount of tokens and I add it to your buys, it's as if you're buying at a much cheaper price. And what does that do? It counters the typical pyramid-like structure of how tokens are given out. It's actually a really good idea to set aside a large amount of tokens and to attach them to different price points for periods of time to add on top of cells. The problem is if I just gave you guys tokens, like even if I just gave you a tenth of what your purchase is, you could just buy, sell, buy, sell. Okay, no, actually, technically, I probably could give a certain amount to match the tax. Because we have a tax, I could give it according to the tax. And as long as you're coming out even, then you're not able to game the system, which I'm totally cool with giving out more value if gaming the system wasn't a possibility and you couldn't hurt the project. That's what every decision is about, is what's best for the long-term growth of the project, which is really cool. Let's freaking grow. What's up, Rusk Degen on the Twitter side of things? This is going to be a wild ride for sure. If I was a sticker and I bought $1,000, I get $500. Is that? I think you meant to put staker. Yeah. If you have staked Evergrow in your wallet, you have access to this. If you don't have staked Evergrow, if you have Evergrow in your wallet, you'll have access to it next week. And if you don't have Evergrow in any of your wallets, then in 2 weeks, a little less than 2 weeks, everybody will have access to this opportunity, which is really sweet. Okay, throwing another 1B and B edit. Awesome, Fat Thor. About to see another buy on the charts. That's awesome, man. So we're also going to be jumping over to the math, and I'll be showing you guys. We got another $400 buy 7 minutes ago, which is really sweet. Somebody got 100,000 controlled tokens. So if that was somebody who staked into the from the Evergrow side of things, they got another 50,000 control token on top of that, which is crazy. It's a crazy deal. It's like we just got another one. This has got to be Fat Thor with the $519 buy from Fat Thor or Laz. I don't know if you prefer Fat Thor or Laz. 182. Yep, in 2 weeks, I'll also be getting some more. Awesome, Tazzy. Yeah, so those of you guys that, as long as the supply doesn't get bought up within the first week or two, that 50 million tokens, then in 2 weeks it'll open to everybody, and you guys will be able to participate, which is really sweet deal. And then whatever's left, we're going to take back and we're going to be able to utilize for another deal. One of the things I should say about this is, that for me, this project is like, how do I get this project to be massively successful? And that's what this entire design is. We're in the marketing stage. We've got the design, we've got the contract, we've got the ideas, we've got the rewards. We just need the website to be updated, because if you can see your rewards on the website, you're going to be like, holy cow, this is crazy. Being able to see your rewards is a lot. It means a lot to be able to see that. And so we're about to have our first demonstration of those rewards. Although they shouldn't be like crazy. It's only 2% of the last month. But, we have 4% that built up towards the 6 month, and then 6% that built up towards the 12 month. So even though you're only getting 2%, during the same time period, we've built double for the 6 month and 3 times as much towards the 12 month of buys. With sells, it's even more. And we had some whales on stake out of our staking pools, which pushed a ton of value into the 12-month rewards. Once we get this website up, you guys are about to watch the rewards like shoot through the roof, not including that 50 million airdrop that we're doing in 2 months from today, or from around this time, I mean. So it's crazy what we've got going on. But, it's kind of the idea. It's like, okay, so you have tokens, and what do people want? They want value. And so I have a valuable project. I just need people to open their eyes to how good this project is. I don't have to deceive you. I don't have to say, oh, Elon Musk is going to tweet us, guys. And if he tweets us, then a bunch of people are going to try to get us. And, that's the meme crowd, right? And like sometimes they're right, but most of the time they're wrong. You had such a nice round number stake. Now it's uneven. Oh, man, looks like you got to buy more, brother. And, I forgot where I was going with that since I read that comment. What's up? I got away from 9 figures. What's going on? Yeah, if you guys want to come up, just raise your hand. Just try to keep it control token, Evergrow related, especially if you have any questions about it. The Evergrow community is going through a really rough time in terms of Evergrow, of what's going on with Evergrow. And so this is a way to offer them a better deal with the tokens. Like you can get way more tokens through buying control token than you would have through staking with Evergrow, unless you were a whale. If you're a whale, you would have gotten a bunch. So it's just a much better deal for you, and it actually helps control token. And the more we help control token, the more we're going to be able to help Evergrow. So it really is this partnership that we can do that helps both projects. Okay, so let's go ahead and switch this up. It's not going to be on the Twitter space, but it will be on the lives. So everybody who's live will be able to see this part. Alrighty. We've come too far to give up who we are. You guys that were in SafeMoon, do you remember that they made a video of Hank and Thomas and John and Jack, and they put that song over it, and they had AI animate their faces so they were singing that song? We've come too far to give up who we are. Fortunately, that all kind of took a crazy... SafeMoon was hilarious, man. It just like took... I don't even know how to describe it. It was like a dumpster fire that just like kept getting worse somehow. And so to be somebody that like covered SafeMoon was it's an interesting job to be like, hey guys, I'm back again, and some really terrible things happen, but hopefully things can turn around, and hopefully this isn't the end for us, you know. Hey guys, more terrible stuff happened. We're back at it again. That's why people would say, oh gosh, crypto controls live, you know something's wrong. That's how it was back in those days. Alrighty, guys. Yeah, guys, we're gonna be doing the giveaway pretty soon. So if you guys, anybody want to be entered in that giveaway, just like, share, comment, hashtag Evergrow on the Twitter space where we're live right now. So this is kind of the equation that I'll show you guys for the math, so that you guys can see this and be able to do it for yourself. It's first you have to figure out what the rewards are. And so rewards is 13% of buys, and you can use AI or ChatGPT to do this for you, and it'll do a lot of this stuff for you. Sometimes it's wrong, but as long as you're paying attention, then you can figure out if it gets something wrong or not. And 18% of sells. So you could take like an average between those two, like 15.5 or whatever. You just take 15 to make it easy. And then you could do 15% of, yeah, it'd have to be 15.5 of all volume. We'll just take an average, and you can take any type of volume, like 100 million, and then 15.5% of that is going to be what your rewards are, which is pretty sweet. Yeah, so that would be 15.5 million. Pretty simple math. To get your rewards, you just need to take your buy volume, your sell volume, and you can mess with different numbers. The ones that I chose were 65% buys with 35% sells, because if you have more sells, you actually have bigger rewards. So we had higher sells or higher buys for the purpose of like trying to keep it on the low end. That's the number for the rewards, and now you're trying to figure out, okay, what rewards, what's your portion of those rewards? And so you have to divide your bag by the total amount staked. Right now we have 570 million staked, which is pretty awesome. Not everybody's staked in the 12-month pool, and so we're about to see what, after this month happens, we're probably going to see an actual number of what the amount of people that are entering in the 12-month, the amount that are in the 6, and the amount that are in the 1, especially if the website updates and properly shows that information. So it's your bag divided by the total amount staked, and we're just going to go with 570 million. So we're going to do 1 million divided by 570 million, and it's just going to give you some like decimal, and then you just have to know what that decimal is. And so that's going to give us 0.0017, which is really cool. You can know, oh, if I've got 5 million, then, if I have a million and there's 570 million staked, that's my decimal. There's one factor that changes this, which I should incorporate, which is that if you're not in the whale pool, this percentage would go down. You would lose about 2% of this around. So let's actually say 13.5. You have to be in the whale pool for that extra 1% of all buys and 1% of all sells. I guess it would only be 1%. But yeah, we'll just stick with 14 million to make it whatever. But if you have that 1.2 million, then you can be in the you'll have the full amount of the volumes going towards you in different pools. But it gets a little bit complex because those pools have less people in them. So I don't know, it's crazy. But 0.0017, and you multiply that times that 14 million. And then you're going to get your share, because that's your share right there, of those rewards. So grab your trusty calculator, unless you're like really good at math and can do that in your head. Sometimes you can, sometimes no. And so that gives us 23,800 with the current amount staked, which is pretty sweet. But if we were to add that 1.2 million, which would give us the full value, if we also would have to make it a little bit more accurate, we'd have to figure out get a percentage of buys. Like you could try 50% buys and 50% sells. So you take 50 million of that and take 13% of 50 million, and then you take another 50 million, you take 18% of that, and then you could get more accurate numbers. The more that's staked in the staking pools, the less everybody gets, and the less that's staked in the staking pools, the more everybody gets. If we were to change this, if a bunch of people left the staking pools, which by the way, guys, most of this number is much bigger right now because most our supply is not in the 12-month staking pool. I think we have like 100 to around 200 million. I don't know what it's going to look like after our first month rewards, but it's going to shoot up a lot. So we'll see what it is. But I'm just assuming all the supply is staked in the 12 months. So these rewards are actually far greater. If we were to let's just go to 100 million to see how much it increases that number. So we get a different fraction, and this is still using an average of, let me put this here, sorry about that Twitter side. You guys are just having to hear all this and like visualize it. Yeah, so we divide, and that was only a million, right? Yeah, that was only a million. That gives you 0.01. So if we only had 100 million in the 12-month staking pool, there's ways to figure this out that you'd have to figure out how many are in the monthly, the 6-month, and the 12-month, and those can change as time goes on, so we're just kind of getting averages. But say that it's only in the 12-month pool, which is where most of the rewards are, and you have 100 million, so you divide your bag by that, you get 0.01 if you have a million, and there's 100 million stakes, and we multiply that 0.01 times that 4 million. That drastically goes up, and that would be 140,000, which is it can drastically increase if those people aren't in the 12-month staking pool or the 6-month pool. If there's a lot in the 1 months, then those rewards are a lot higher for those people. But people can enter into those pools up to the last minute. But it's still cool to know that that number could drastically go up if you only had 100 million in volume, or in the staking pool, in the 12-month staking pool. Gosh, I have to keep correcting myself. You could go into this and be super detailed as far as assume that you have 100 million in the 6 month, and how much rewards goes towards the 6 month, it's 4%. And you only have, say, an average of 100 million in the monthly or something like that. You could work with all these different amounts to get those more exact answers. This is just kind of generalities, but it's enough to get the idea of what the rewards are going to be, which is pretty sweet. whenever you look at that. All right, check the YouTube comments, guys. We're probably going to go for probably 1 more hour. And so if you guys are watching this, basically, I'm friends and I've been partnered with Evergrow for a while. And Evergrow recently had a very unfortunate situation where they had a line of code missing in their staking that allowed for somebody to basically have the ability to potentially drain the entire project. They were able to stop it before that happened, halt the trading, and stop that guy from doing that, which I can't imagine the fear of having to deal with that many people's money in that kind of moment. And so they did awesome. I think as much as it sucks, as much as a bunch of people are waiting, just desperately happy to see people fail so that they can jump on that. That's the kind of people that, this world kind of sucks sometimes. And as much as a lot of us as Evergrow holders, have taken a lot of L's in terms of wanting to see good things happen and just bad things keep happening over and over again. That happened, and so people were affected by that. Luckily, they're going to rebrand, and I think that's the best way forward, probably. So this might be, a blessing in disguise. It might be a situation that turns out to do really well for Evergrow, because it won't be associated with that, and it'll be like a new brand. And if they can start it where it doesn't feel like what was happening before and it feels completely new, I think that would be the best way to go forward. And maybe that's a partnership with Control Token. I don't know, but no, definitely there's nothing like that on the table. If they wanted to talk about that, there's potential for it to have something like that on the table. That would be an interesting thing, to connect the success of Control Token to Evergrow. So that if one does well, the other one does as well. I don't know, but that's kind of what I've done with this deal. And so we gave them 60 million tokens, and their holders were going to get that just through staking, and they already started the staking process. They got like 5 million. Not all of that was claimed, and so 55 million was left whenever the exploit happened. And so I didn't ask for these tokens back. I wasn't going to be honest. They just offered them back, and I was like, oh cool, yeah, like I'd love to have those tokens back. I was like, I've actually got some like really good ideas of what I can do with those tokens, as you guys are seeing. And then I was like, but it feels wrong to not offer it back to Evergrow first in some way. And so I'm like, hey, this deal's way better. You can get way more tokens, and you don't have to do it. And like I said, you probably wouldn't have gotten much Evergrow. You would have to be a whale to have gotten Control Token. You would have had to be a whale staking in Evergrow to probably get hundreds of dollars of Control Token. Most of you guys were probably going to get less than 100. If you didn't have a ton, you would have gotten like $5, $10, $20, $30. So just take whatever you got, and then you can multiply it times what the total amount of Control Token 60 million is, and you can get the idea of what your rewards have been. Probably been like $20, 50, 100, not much. And so this provides the opportunity for you to drop, if you drop $200, then you'll get $100 worth of control right to your wallet, which is really crazy. It means if you drop $5,000, you're going to get $2,500. If you drop, that's a crazy deal to have on the board. To immediately know that you're going to get half of what you put in, and that you can put in as much as you want, up to 50 million tokens, that's a insane deal. That's a huge opportunity for somebody to buy up a lot of the supply if they wanted to. And so it's a really awesome deal. And why is that an awesome deal? Well, it does really two things. It provides a cheaper entry point into the project. You're only putting in a certain amount, and you're still getting a 50% on top. That's like as if the price was a lot lower than where it's currently at. That makes it a lot more fair for you. You are having to go to the 12-month staking pool, but that's to protect you and to protect everybody else. That's for your sake. That's not for my sake or the project's sake, although it does help the project if you're in the 12-month staking pool. I didn't do that. I wanted to be able to give you guys just half on top of your buy and not have to let you stake, but then somebody could basically ruin our project if I did that. So the staking fees protect the project from somebody abusing this rewards that we're giving out, but it's still like a really good deal. So yeah, that you have that $200 and you put in 100, you'll get, or you put in 200, you get 100. You put in $50,000, you'll get $25,000 back. You'll still have your 50 grand in the 12 month, and then you'll also have your 25. Like, that's a crazy deal. That's an insane deal. And so I'm going to spend this time just telling you guys about it. And if people want to take advantage of that, they're welcome to. If not, it'll open up to more people next week. If they don't take advantage of it, it'll open up to more people after that. So it's one of those things. And it's super important to understand like the community that you're getting in on. You're not getting in on a community that's like looking for exit liquidity. We are looking for momentum. That's all we're looking for. And we're not like, oh, so we can dump. No, the momentum that we're as a community looking for is basically very high price points that result in the volume that we want to see, because we're not chasing price. If we're in the staking, we're chasing rewards. And chasing rewards is basically saying, yeah, let the price go up. Price can go up as much as it wants. That's more rewards for us. And so in doing that, it's also saying, yeah, let people sell. In doing that, $1 would be like 1,000x for us, and 1,000x attached to 1,000x, I believe, is hundreds of millions of volume, maybe more. And with that hundreds of millions of volume is insane rewards. You guys have seen the rewards. You've seen me go over it. The fact that it appreciates, the fact that there's unstaking fees, the fact that there's the whale pool, it puts this opportunity for you guys to actually be united. So when you're buying into Control Token, most of the community is like, cool, let's go way higher than where we're at. You just can't find that in another project. Every other project, you might buy into it and somebody might immediately dump on it and be like, thanks, jackass. Like, good job. Thanks for being my exit liquidity and buying this stupid project that's not going anywhere. There's quite a lot of benefits, but ultimately it's up to you guys. I can explain them if you guys have any questions or whatnot. But that's, most communities, I would say, are probably looking for people to pump the project so that they can dump on them. We, as a community, are looking for people to join us in taking this project as high as we can go. It's a much different community. It's a much different message. And we wouldn't be able to do that if it wasn't for the rewards rewarding us for doing so, which is really awesome. We had another $268 buy, which is really awesome. Where does that put us at? I think we're just barely floating over that 4.4060, getting super close to that 4.1. We're coming up on that 4.3, our all-time high. We're so close to that all-time high, guys. And what does it look like to have a project that hits an all-time high 3 to 4 weeks in, holding a 4x? That looks like an amazing project. And as you guys can tell, I reward you guys for long-term growth. If you're in the 12-month staking pool, 50 million airdrop is insane. Like, I don't know. It's insane. And if people leave the staking pools, you're like, cool, that's more airdrop for me. If people, there's always going to be this heavy incentive to the next reward event. If a sell-off happens, you've got the 3-month reward event. Sell-off happens after that, you got the 6-month reward event. Sell-off after that, you got the 9-month. Sell-off after that, you got the biggest reward event ever. The reward events get bigger and bigger and bigger. So it's basically this really amazing opportunity for a community to take a project to get behind the success of a project in a way that you never could before, because of that value that comes from the rewards, that comes from allowing the project to grow to heights that typically the only way you would let it go that high is to sell it. You know what I mean? So we have a really awesome structure, and we have a structure that protects it against sell-offs in a way that no other project has done before. Awesome buys, you guys were doing really well. That's some of the math for this. And yeah, if we have any people who want to come up and ask any questions, you guys are welcome to. Looks like we have one person that wants to come up. Hey, what's up, Kona? Do you have a question or something? What's going on, man? Kona, what's up, brother? All right, you had your chance. So yeah, as you guys can see, we have like this formula for success that we're really pushing towards. We have a community that is in the staking pool, and it's not just like a community that's like, hey, I really hope this project does well. And like, oh yeah, dude, I'm never selling, bro. I'm never selling. And it's like, you know how many people have said that? And then they're like, oh yeah, I know, but then my bills came up. And it's like, yeah, sure. You guys try to encourage this mindset of like never selling, and then you guys sell on everybody. That's deceitful. That's not good. You can be morally better in this project too, and you can have a level of confidence that you can have with this project that you can't have with any other project because of that value that's left behind, that's constantly fueling that. In other projects, you get somebody into it and they go, damn, that went to zero. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. And you go, damn, I'm sorry about that. In this project, they go, hey, you've still got your rewards, and they're only going to get bigger and bigger, and they incentivize more volume, and they incentivize more price action. So it's a really cool thing. What's up, Control Token Wizard in the chat? We got a member on the YouTube side of things. Thanks for your support, guys. As you guys can see, my goal is to make this top crypto, and I don't know if you can have a better formula than this. When it comes to success, you want to come up with the most realistic, least risk to highest reward option that you can come up with. And so Control Token kind of is doing all of those things. So it's very simple, you know. If you guys remember Squid Game's token, and it went to like, I forget what it was. It was like 4 billion or billion market cap. It went to some crazy market cap. And then it just absolutely rugged all the way to zero. And that guy goes, yo! And he had like the best reaction of all time. Like, why did it do that? Do you guys know what happened there? It was because they said they had some games that were coming for Squid Games, and that once the project started, you'd be able to use your token. Now, this was an amazing idea. The project would have kept blowing up if they actually created this platform where in order to play, you get the tokens and then you could sell by playing these games. It would have been super fun. It would have been super cool. But these jackasses didn't have any of that in mind. They were just stealing your money. And so once it went up so much, they were like, hey, thanks, we're going to rug that. But they basically removed the sell. And so if you alleviate sell pressure, you create a situation where projects can grow exponentially very quickly, very fast. It can happen super fast. And so you can do that by being a scammer, or you can do that through lying to somebody, deceiving them into entering into a situation where they can't sell, whether it be turning off sells or having staking that prevents them from doing it. Our staking, you can still sell. We could have made it so that you can't exit the staking pools. I don't like that structure. I like you having the ability to sell, and you're probably just not going to do it unless your bag does a massive increase. And if you do it, then you're going to forfeit a ton of value to the future of the project, which protects it. You get the best of both worlds. So we've created this situation, guys. Like, we literally have this situation where the buy pressure, because most our community, it's 57% of the supply, but it's like, I think it's like 80 to 90% of the community, of the holders, I don't even know, I'll have to try to figure that out, are actually in the staking pools. What they're saying is, we're committing to the growth of the project. We're very unlikely to forfeit our rewards, hit an unstaking fee, and hit a sell fee. And so this can happen without this part, without the rug. And it can happen without stopping selling. We're not stopping selling. Everybody can sell right now. Everybody could go sell if they wanted to. But we are incentivizing and rewarding the growth of the project, which allows for the reason that people are entering the staking pools, such a massive amount of the supply, is because we are the best reward project ever created. I promise you, there's not a better reward project than this one. It's not just that we have a high tax, then that's why we have the best reward project. It's because we're addressing the problem of why cryptos fail with those rewards. And the way in which we're addressing the problem happens to be the way in which we're able to increase those rewards by pulling value from the people who leave the project and storing it up in the future. Instead of rewards being given out immediately and hoping for more volume, we're building up rewards that incentivize more volume. It's a very crazy concept. Don't sleep on Control Token. What's up, Sean Johnson? Great to see you, man. I've been in crypto 3 years, and I literally have never sold. Oh, wow, bro. You got to sell at some point, man. I'm not even joking. I've been holding for the bull run this whole time. It's crazy, man. Yeah, you got to make sure you take profits. So we have this situation where, because of the rewards, the best reward project ever, we have most of our community in the staking pools, with most of our supply, circulating supply, in the staking pools, which means that they're very unlikely to sell. And even if they do, they'd have to pay 30% and then 20%, and then they'd have to forfeit all their rewards as well. Why is it that way? Well, you're leaving the project. You're hurting it. We have to protect the project. The fees are for you guys. The fees are to protect you guys and the project as a whole. I can't protect the project without protecting you individually, and I can't protect you individually without protecting the project. So when I protect you individually, I'm protecting everybody individually. I'm protecting the project as a whole. And how are we all doing that? Through the buy and sell fee. Everybody, when they buy, they're putting value in the future that protects your bags from going too low for that value to be bigger than what the price is of your bag, which is a really crazy and cool concept. The sells increase it even more. And so we have a perfect setup for really just one thing to happen. And when this thing happens, I'll tell you what it is right here. Quite simply, it's all this is. It's an idea. It doesn't have to be true. Someone's going to clip that out of context. You should tell people the truth. But I'm saying SafeMoon blew up, and people believed stuff that was not true. They believed reflections. They believed in the locked liquidity. They believed in Operation Phoenix and the currency of the Gambia, and all of these things weren't true. SafeMoon blew up. So it's an idea. It's people's belief in the idea that causes a project to do well, not the truth of the idea. In fact, most of the time, you have to deceive somebody into believing something that's not true so that they can be the exit liquidity. I hope you guys can see that. But the important part is that through the belief and having a true idea that you don't have to deceive people into, this is all math. Hey, we had 100 million in volume. All you guys got like 30 grand or more based on the appreciating thing. It could be a lot more. And it's for everybody. It's not just for people who sell. That's crazy. 30 grand for everybody who has 1.2 million tokens, and it'll probably be a lot more through the unstaking fees and through the fact that the coin appreciates. And Mark just said that would appreciate it from like 10 to 15x. And I don't know what that would freaking look like. That would literally be like, that's too many good things in a row. You have too much good stuff in this project. So ultimately here, you have an idea that people believe in. And when people believe an idea, they expect to make money off of it. And when they expect to make money, that idea spreads. And it can become exponential. And so that's where we can see charts for any project start to really move. They can move up quite a lot and very fast. We saw it with Evergrow. We saw it with SafeMoon. They can go to insane market caps with insane volume within weeks to days to months. Why? Because people believe in an idea. They believe that project is going to do well. Most of the time it's done through deceit, and a lot of people end up believing something that's not true that causes them to be exit liquidity. And it only benefits the whales. Control token, we have ideas that are true. Preserve value, stablecoin protects your project, protects your bag, it protects the project as a whole, protects against sell-offs, it incentivizes the growth of the project on a bigger and bigger scale throughout the year as we have bigger and bigger reward events. It unites the community to grow the project. I haven't given myself any tokens. It's one of those things where I'm like, I can't imagine a better project of wanting to get into in DeFi than Control Token. And I've heard all the other projects, and sometimes it's like, oh, that's kind of cool, but you're still stuck with the problem ultimately. You're still stuck with the liquidity pool problem and the whale problem, and with the team that might have access to the liquidity pool or tokens that they're going to sell. And this project, we just don't have any of that. And we have a lot of things protecting this project. We have multiple audits. We have multi-sigs. We have, me being doxxed. I'm doxxed to SquidGrow. I'm doxxed to Vitreous. I'm doxxed to Evergrow. I'm not hiding my face. You guys know that I live in Oklahoma. I do have guns, so don't be an idiot. And I don't like to have to say that, but there's just crazy people out there. We have a lot of protection and security and stuff. But for those of you that are cool, you guys know I live in Oklahoma. You know I'm doxxed to SquidGrow. I'm doxxed to Vitreous, and so These people literally have like my information. And by the way, my information's not hard to find because I'm not hiding it. Why am I being so transparent? Because I have nothing to hide. It's like, other than just like wanting privacy from psychopaths on the internet, these people were like looking up my history. By the way, guys, when I started this project, people were trying to find something wrong with me. You know what they found? Some credit card debt on something that I didn't even open. And I'm like, okay, that wasn't me, but even if that was, credit card debt is your proof of that I'm a scammer? Yeah, blah, 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 you couldn't afford this. And blah, you really think this guy's going to make you rich because you have credit card debt? I was like, dude, you guys are reaching, and you're showing that you have an extremely insane bias that you're trying to make me look bad based off of that. It shows that you don't actually care about whether or not I'm doing anything fraudulent or not. You just want me to look bad so that you can look good in other people's eyes. And that makes you a bad person and a scammer. You're literally the thing you're trying to go after. You're just not getting any money for it. You're just getting a false sense of superiority. And it's disgusting and it's shameful. If you're going to be somebody who points out scammers, you have to have actual proof and evidence. You can't just call everybody a scammer. Oh, they blocked. They're a scammer. Oh, they did this behavior. Typical behavior of a scammer. No, you're an idiot. You're a jackass. People don't want to hear you because you're just honestly an asshole. And people happen to block other people because they're assholes. So, everybody in this space has to deal with that kind of stuff. But I'm just saying, when they went and did this deep search on me, hoping they were going to find some past history of me stealing or scamming they didn't find anything. They found credit card debt, which wasn't even mine, because it happened in 2020. 2020, I was working a full-time job. I got laid off because of COVID, so I got paid really well. I got paid better to not work because of the COVID thing, which wasn't my choice. It just happened to me. I'm like, all right, well, I guess I'm getting paid more to be at home than I am to work, which is freaking insane, which led to me trying to do YouTube for gaming for a while, which led to me realizing that gaming doesn't pay very well, that I should start to try to cover crypto, and I wanted to get into crypto, which led to me covering SafeMoon, led to me covering Evergrow, led to me to where I'm at today. If you'd asked me 5-6 years ago if I thought that I would be doing this, I'd be like, there's no way that I would be making videos. Talking to people on videos, that's weird. I don't do that. I don't make videos. Live streaming, I don't live stream to people. Talking about crypto, I don't know anything about crypto. I don't think I'd be able to do that. A lot of things led up to where we're at right now. Do we have our TikTok up and running? I need to check that. I'll have to check it after I finish this. So yeah, guys, I'm going to be going for another 30-40 minutes. We're going to do the giveaway. We're going to end this space. Just want to let everybody in Evergrow know, hey, this is an opportunity, and check it out. And I honestly couldn't paint a better opportunity for you. You have a massive entry point right before a huge reward event that gives you a ton of tokens before all of our reward events in our stablecoin. And one of the best projects ever made. I didn't do a project because I wanted money. I did a project because I felt like I actually have the solution that everybody else is not dealing with. You guys are building on top of liquidity pools that are pyramid schemes that give all the power and rewards to a small group of people who are incentivized to destroy your projects. And then we're wondering why projects can't do well and why most people are losing. 99, 95, 90% of people are losing in all projects. Maybe there's a solution to that everybody's overlooking, and maybe I found that, So yeah, let's go ahead and go back to the charts a little bit, and we're sitting really good. We're super close to all-time high, which is just really exciting. Very, very exciting. And then we'll open it up to any more people. If you have any questions about Control Token, Evergrow, the staking deal that we're doing with Evergrow, definitely feel free to ask those because I've been live all day to try to communicate with anybody who might have any questions. And, if they don't have any questions about it or, then that's fine. I just wanted to be here and be live for you guys so you guys could have your chance to ask about it. We did get CWP up here. What's going on, man? You snuck up here, bro.
Yeah, I did. Accidentally, I snuck because I got my thumb on the leave button accidentally, and when I came back on, it said your mic is off. It's Twitter doing its thing. I just wanted to say thank you publicly for all the help you gave me with my issues today. this is an awesome project. I don't know why anybody would hesitate at all on this, but I can't answer for anybody else's choices. It's just an awesome opportunity, and you heard that from Mr. Curmudgeon.
It's always great to hear from you, CWP. You're always welcome back up. Yeah, I know that we need to do the final thing for that final wallet that you had, and I'll be doing that after we finish this. And we had a couple people who bought yesterday, and it wasn't working. It's working completely full now, so there's no more people who are going to run into any issues. If you have a Evergrow staked if you staked Evergrow, your wallet will qualify when you log into our staking site, which is pretty cool to have that feature to be like only to you stakers. And then you guys can buy. You'll immediately see that control back to your wallet. A couple people bought yesterday, and there was some issues, and they didn't get it. But I'm just sending them the control so that they just get it, and so that they don't feel like they were misled or any of that, because I don't want to do that. But yeah, man, I really appreciate your words about the project, and I understand. I agree with you. I'm like, I don't understand why anybody wouldn't want to get in this project, but at the same time, I understand where people have been in so many bad projects. People don't have a ton of money. All of these factors, but I'm just like, if you're into crypto at all, I don't see how Control Token. I would love to hear from people. Why wouldn't Control Token stand out to you as the best option out there? One that's holding a 3 to 4x, that has a whale that put $200,000 into the 12-month staking, that has a doxed and present, showing his face every day creator, that has one of the best devs in the space, who is kind of a prodigy and has work that's being created that's attached to it, including the fact that you're getting an appreciating stable coin, which that hasn't been done, which means that not only if we see high volume will your rewards be insane, but it's going to appreciate those rewards, because our contract will be buying, if we had 100 million in volume, our contract will be buying between 13 and 18 million in volume worth of that, which is going to appreciate the living crap out of it to what Mark said was potentially a 15x in that coin. It's at $1.18 right now. And even that, if you think about that allows you guys this dual opportunity, not just to get rewarded in XUSD, but to put value in XUSD, to have that 15x or whatever. Obviously, if we had 100 million in volume, then that would be a much bigger increase on your bags than what you put in XUSD. But it's a way to play like something a little bit safer and something that is a little bit riskier. So it's up to you guys to choose that. Is there anything else you want to say, CWP?
Just reiterate something that you just said. Since you mentioned that there were issues with the website yesterday, and there were, it is absolutely working perfectly today.
Heck yeah, man. Yeah, it was one of those things where Mark and his team worked on it like all day. I worked on videos all day to get that set up. Mark worked on it all day, and we got that set up. We got everything done. We tested it. It was working really well, and then it should have been good, but some reason it wasn't updating for people's browsers. And Mark did something on his end, and then he said it should be, and it was working for him, and he checked it and it was working for him, and I checked and it was working for me, but he did something else, and I think that kind of pushed it out to actually update. So they didn't have to change or fix anything. They just had to make it so that it was updating. And yeah, it works flawlessly. It works really well, which is super nice, so that you could just go in, buy, stake, get it. And like I said, that's going to open to all the Evergrow holders next week, and then it's going to open to everybody on those weeks. And I'm just going to be covering this every day to let you guys know about this opportunity, because honestly, it's a freaking insane opportunity. It's a great time for people to want to get in. If you're trying to get somebody in, to be able to get in the 12-month staking pool, get half your bag right before our 3-month reward event, right before our first 2 monthly reward events in this project, where we have over $120,000 in stablecoin that's appreciating as our contract is constantly buying it. It appreciates it a little bit more. And Mark's going to have utilities that are also feeling the appreciating of this right before what could be one of the biggest bull runs in the history of Bitcoin. So really awesome. And my goal is to take this project to the top. It's a lot of projects, their goal is to do like a 2 to 3 to 4x and then dump on you, or whatnot. There's so many things wrong with a lot of projects, and you have like me, our whales, our community, all of us saying, can we make a top crypto if we all work together? That's really what this crypto is. Ultimately there's certain decisions I have to make, and I had to pull heavily away from a lot of traditional marketing. We'll still do it if it's not risky, but risky traditional marketing, dropping large amounts of money for spaces or videos or promotions that are botted, that people don't care, that don't bring actual value back to your project, it's a waste of money in a market where people aren't really seeking to buy right now. And so that just creates a situation where I have to completely approach marketing from a completely different standpoint. And how do I do that? I'm like, well, what is everybody seeking? Value. What can I give them? Value. How do I do that? Give them tokens when they buy so they can get a ton of extra value on top of their buys. We've got another buy coming through. Puts $109. Welcome to Control Token. Appreciate you. Followed by an immediate sell. So these sells, we went to 4064. That sell brought us to 4052. A lot of these sells are the contract. It's building up to the threshold. It's selling to convert it into the XUSD. When it buys XUSD, when it sells Control Token, gets BNB, uses BNB to convert that into XUSD, to buy XUSD, it increases the value of XUSD. Buys and sells increase the value of XUSD. It causes it to appreciate. Isn't that crazy that you have a project where buys and sells increase your rewards, and the rewards that you're getting, buys and sells, increase the value of those rewards? That's just like this next level mind, like crazy thing. When you look at like what SafeMoon was and the fact that people got so crazy excited about things, like way overhyped everything, this thing actually has all those reasons to be that hype about that, because these numbers are that insane, because we do appreciate, and because cells do cause, like, imagine if at SafeMoon, if cells increase the value of everybody's rewards. Imagine that. They didn't. They greatly devalued everybody's bags and their rewards. So yeah, we have a crazy thing. We just need people to realize it, really.
So today I have a question that came up to my mind that you maybe can't answer. I just wonder if people are at all hesitant because they really don't understand how this works, because you have set something up that is just so completely different from, I mean, it's 180 degrees from what everybody knows and is comfortable with and understands. Whether it's good or bad, it's what crypto has been since the beginning. Have you gotten any feedback from people on whether they had difficulty following the concept?
Honestly, CWP, I don't know if you could have like worded that better, and I don't know if I've actually thought about it that way. I think I have said that before, but how I said it was a little bit differently, which is that people are so used to traditional crypto that this one, it's like, I have to get over these barriers for them to understand it. But I do like how you worded it just now, that it does feel completely counterintuitive to everything you've heard. And whenever I was doing research and kind of putting in all this information and getting feedback, I was getting a lot of like, it's a very, very good idea, but it's complex and people might have a hard time understanding it. And so being able to portray it in a way that people understand it, maybe there is a better way to do it. Maybe, a lot of people say I'm good at it, but maybe there's a better way. Do you have any thoughts on maybe a better way to communicate a message to people where it does feel like a complete 180 or a complete different approach?
Explain it like I'm 5 years old.
Like you're five?
I mean, it's trite, but there's an awful lot of that. I've been trying to explain crypto to a 10-year-old.
Yeah.
And even trying to explain what money is, although she uses money and loves money, she doesn't really understand the abstraction of it. And money very much is an abstraction. And crypto, because of its nature and its not having any physical existence, is even more of an abstraction. And I think maybe there's a lot of, well, if I can't hold it in my hand, if I can't see it, how do I know it even exists mentality?
Have you ever made like a good amount of crypto and then you cashed it out, got it in your hand, and you finally saw that cash or in your bank account or something?
Not a goodly amount, yes.
Okay.
But I also bought one of those Bitcoins that's gold-plated.
Uh-huh.
And holy was a very, very different thing. Sensation, feeling, um, emotional, I guess, in a way. Actually, the tangibility of it, and realizing that if that was a real Bitcoin, it would have been at that time worth about 38 grand. And trying to make the leap to something on a ledger up there in the clouds somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean, even people don't understand, I think, that their bank statement, there's no money involved there. When you write a check, there's no actual fiat currency involved. It's a notation on a ledger with no blockchain.
Yeah, I think
Really got
blockchain
used
starts
credit
to
cards.
help you understand the financial system a little bit better too. You know, it's kind of boring when you're a kid. You're like, who cares? And then you get older and you have to start paying attention to all the boring stuff.
Yeah, and it's something that ought to be taught to kids young in schools. So when you get out of high school, especially, you have some clue about the real world.
I agree. Yeah, somebody else said a lot of people think it's too good to be true. It's like, yeah, it does feel that way where, if you have, it's kind of like this. Maybe this is a good metaphor for it. It's like if you went to Vegas or on tour somewhere and you have all these people who are trying to sell you stuff and that stuff kind of sucks and they're trying to scam you and take your money basically. It's like if you're doing that, but you actually have a really great deal with them that's going to make their trip a lot better. You have like really good tickets to shows at a great deal that's got extra food for it. And they're like, yeah, I've heard it all before. I've seen you guys. I know, blah, blah, blah. And I'm the same way. But that's kind of what it feels like. It's like, well, every project's trying to scam you and convince you that they're the best project. So we're naturally going to fit in with the same messaging. We're trying to say, hey, we've got something new. Well, everybody's trying to say they've got something new. We're trying to say, hey, we're going to do really well. Well, of course, everybody's going to say that. And so I feel like how you worded that, I almost wish you could say that again, how you said it, CWP, because it's like a complete 180 from how people hear about it. That there might be a solution in what it is that you're saying and changing up the messaging to make it so people understand. For me, I'm like, look, here guys, think about this. Every project works this way. Have you ever heard it worded that every project is incentivizing and rewarding people for destroying the project? Are you aware that that's the current circumstance for every single project, and that these people control the project, they're going to get all the value, everybody else is going to be exit liquidity? Like, I could try to come up with like little metaphors to make, and maybe that's a good idea, maybe coming up with like a metaphor for each step of the way of the points that I'm making and putting it in a video or something would help. I have a lot of videos that kind of help put images and stuff on the screen to try to help basically just say like, look, this is a pyramid scheme and it's working just like a pyramid scheme, and if we don't fix this, you're just going to keep seeing pump and dumps. I feel like that's a pretty powerful message, and I don't know at what point. I would love to hear if anybody just you can come up on the space and tell me like, what's the barrier that stops you from being like into control token? And I'm like, I just want to hear it for the sake of understanding what's going on in your guys' minds. For anybody who's not in it, obviously a lot of us in here are in it, and we love this project and we think this is an amazing project and we continue to buy more. But for anybody who's like, I don't know about that, I would love to hear from you on why. I think a lot of the initial, when I told people about this years and years ago, they were like, that's a high tax. And I'm like, you can't protect the project without a high tax. If it was 1 or 2 or 5 or 8%, it wouldn't be enough value to protect the project. It must be 13 and 18. That's a great amount of value that it just constantly builds a floor for the project over the course of the project, which protects the value of the project, and it protects the future of the project because it creates bigger and bigger reward events. So yeah, there might be some kind of secret to wording it. I'd like to just message you a little bit more about trying to find out it might just be the messaging. All I recognize is that there's barriers that I'm trying to get over. And for me, the number one way to get through a barrier with somebody is value. What are they seeking? What do they want? You want money? Here, I'll give you half of what you buy to get into this project. And it's a good project. I'm not trying to get you in a bad project. I'm trying to like help you in multiple ways by creating a good project for you and then getting through your own barrier of hesitation to get into that project for you. It's like trying to convince somebody to grab your hand to pull them up from a cliff or something like that, and they don't want to grab it, and you have to tell them that you've got candy in your hand or something, or you have to put candy in your hand in order to grab them and pull them up. It's kind of what it feels like.
And there's also, I think, an awful lot of people out there who don't believe in the goodness of anyone.
Yeah.
Everything's a scam. So when they see somebody saying, I'm going to give you 50% more, they are looking for the fly on the ointment, to use a phrase that dates me. What is wrong with this? There's got to be something rotten about this. It can't be real.
Yeah.
One of the other things I wanted to share with you with the staking in Evergrow, I had 6 wallets staked.
Yeah.
And my big one, my reward went to 10 cents. And I went, well, that's not much, but wait a minute, it's free money. And there was some excitement for the week of watching those little tiny bits of money increase.
Yeah.
And the control tokens even that we got. What if you would flip your scenario about rewards and do rewards for somebody that's got $100 bag or a $200 bag?
Yeah. So, $100 will get you around 25,000 tokens, probably a little bit less. And so you could just divide the million tokens by 10 and you get all those rewards. So, if somebody's wanting to put in like only 100, then if we hit 100 million in volume, then that would be $3,000, right? Is that right? Yeah. So.
And even that sounds just outlandish.
Well, yeah. I can tell.
I understand it. I understand it. I understand it's real.
Well, no, the crazy part is that your bag would probably be, the floor for your bag would probably be $12,000, like 9 to $12,000. The floor, not what your bag could be, but what protects it from going so low. And then the fact that we're not including the unstaking fees, and the fact that we're not including any appreciating. This isn't including any appreciating at all. All that value appreciates throughout the year, and so it can go up. It can go up quite significantly. It's also, these numbers are if everybody's staking in the 12-month pool, and that's not even the factor we have right now. This is assuming a lot of worst case scenarios. These numbers are actually, even right now, much higher than what I'm saying they are. But even with that, there's still enough to blow your freaking mind to sound too good to be true. That's why I say with a billion tokens in safe mode, with a billion in volume, you got $50. The equivalent actually is 1,000 tokens of control, and a billion in volume with 1,000 in control would actually put you at, I think, $300 in stablecoin. But 1,000 tokens costs like $3 or $4. So that's why I chose a million, because I'm like, well, it's about the same cost as, it's a lot cheaper than what a billion was. So a billion would have been like what was it, like a trillion was in SafeMoon before they did the V2 or whatever. But because the cost is about the same, I choose a million, because a million is within reach right now. Actually, there's a couple things I want to do real fast, because we're probably going to be ending this soon. Unless somebody puts like a really big buy on the charts, then maybe I'll keep going out of that excitement. But let me do a couple things real fast. I'm going to do an extra giveaway of 50,000 tokens to everybody, and I'll keep these giveaways going until somebody in the space claims them. So we'll be doing 2 giveaways. The pinned post at the top, it should be pinned at the top. Do you see that, CWP? Got to buy for $486. What does that push us to? It's not showing. Did that already come through? No, yeah. That's weird. I don't see it. Yeah, CWP, do you see a pin post at the top? Okay. Yeah, it's there. Everybody, like, share, and retweet that post. I'll do a giveaway on that post, and I'll do a giveaway on this space. But it's only going to go to the people that are live in this space that will get that giveaway, and I'll be doing that in about 15 minutes. So we got 2 giveaways, one of 100,000, one of 50,000. That's $400 and $200 worth of control token, which is pretty sweet. And you guys can sell it if you want to. I don't care. It's not, these are not significant sells on the charts. We can easily recover from them. Like, we just went from 4064 to 4052 with a $400 sell. And we just went back up to the 4055. We are so close to the all-time high, man. I just want to break that barrier and be like, now we're going into uncharted territory. Super excited to do that. So yeah, everybody in the space, do me a favor. If you're on the live Twitter, the Twitch, I appreciate that follow on the Twitch. Let me say a shout out real fast to who that was. Clara Monero, thank you for that follow on the Twitch. We barely get any love over there, so I appreciate that, because my YouTube has like 14,000 subscribers. My Twitter has like 6,000, but my Twitch has like 2 or 5 because I just started it. Jordan Nodden, what's going on? Who's the first giveaway? We haven't done it yet. We're about to do the giveaway, guys. So yeah, you guys, going to be 2 giveaways. So go to the Twitter space and go to the top pinned post on the Jumbotron. I don't know why they call it that. Jumbotron. And like, share, and retweet that. And then you have to be here. If they're not here and I call your name, I'll just keep picking a new person until we get to the next person. Somebody's going to get 100,000 tokens, which is about $400, and somebody's going to get 50,000, which is about 200, which is those are great giveaways. I watch other projects, and I feel like these giveaways are better. And there's not a ton of people here either, so it's better chances of it. And we are usually doing a giveaway. So yeah, guys, everybody do that. Like, share, retweet that post. And let's see, right now we're at 114 retweets. Maybe we can get that to 120, maybe 130, maybe 140. How many people we got in here? Like 100? Hey, what if we got... what if everybody went and did it right now? What if we made it jump up to like 200? You know, hey, I believe in you guys. You guys can do this. Let's make it go near 200. 117 with 157 likes. We just went up to 118 retweets. This is a really good video, and I'm actually going to probably use a little bit of the treasury to put towards this video on YouTube to push it out. And I got more exciting things coming for Control Token. If you guys like anything that I'm doing, this is how I think. This is how I deal with opportunities. This is how I deal with everything, with our marketing, our utilities, our partnerships. It's always about how do we utilize this to help people in a way that grows our project. And it's always about that. That's how we think here. If anybody's only about themselves, you don't really fit in it with Control Token, but we have a tax system to protect the community and the project as a whole from people who just are looking to benefit by dumping on people or whatever. So really sweet situation we have here. What are we at now? 124 shares. So we have like 10, 18 people do that. I appreciate all you guys that do that. Everybody like and share and comment on it. We're at 125. Maybe we can get it to 150. 150 is pretty good. It's got 8,000 views. That thing did insane. That video did insane without any like support or any giveaway at all. It did 8,000 views, which is crazy. So yeah, we have a lot of exciting things coming. You guys, I've known about this for a while, Control Crew. I thought of this idea because here's how this started, guys. We started doing giveaways, and then I realized that could be classified as a lottery, and so you can't do giveaways if people are buying to enter into the giveaway. And so we were trying to like, oh crap, I can't do that. But what if I match people's buys? I can do that. I can legally do that. And that's a sweet deal. But I have to protect the charts. And how do I do that? Well, it either has to be small enough that the taxes protect it from somebody gaming it, or it has to be behind a staking. And those things protect the project. It protects you guys. If I don't protect the project as a whole, I'm not protecting you individually. Did you have something, CW? Hey, what's up, EGC Mike? Great to have you, man.
No, my hand's not up, or I didn't turn on the mic. I had it off, I think. I'll say one thing. I have a prediction to make. Briefly, a number of years ago, one of my friends said, "You ought to look at this Ethereum stuff, this Ether." And I had no clue about it, really wasn't interested. It was about $3 a coin at the time. If I'd have plunked 100 or 200 bucks punches I kicked myself over the Ethereum because this is such an awesome opportunity. That's all I've got to say. I'll shut up now.
Hey, CWP, can you do me a quick favor?
Sure.
Can I co-host you, and can you bring these people up, because it's glitching and it's not letting me bring them up?
Sure. Although I don't know how to bring them up, I co-hosted a long time ago at the beginning of Steam Space, but
Oh, okay.
I didn't react. I didn't do any of the behind-the-scenes stuff.
That's funny. It's super easy. It'll show, if you just accept that, it'll make you a co-host, and at the bottom left where that white mute everyone is, it'll say requested, and X just still doesn't work for some reason. So if you can hit requested and go ahead and bring up all those speakers.
Sure. I'll be glad to give it a shot. I mean, this is Twitter, which doesn't work, period.
True. If not, I can maybe get EGC Mike. What's going on, man? Did you have something you wanted to say? Any questions, or how you doing, man?
I just must have hit my speaker button by mistake, but
Okay.
I love the project. I love what you're doing. This is great. The support for EGC is amazing. Love you, man.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Love you too. You know, it is like, hey, I'm trying to help my project grow, and I don't want to like pretend like, oh, we're just only righteously helping you, but I'm trying to help it by helping people. You know, and I hope you guys can see that it's like this is an amazing opportunity, and you don't have to do it, and it does help both projects. So it is. I don't want people to ever think that I'm just like this completely good dude or something, and I'm evil like everybody else. I'm selfish and prideful and deal with all kinds of sin and stuff. I always feel like when somebody says something positive, I have to be like, no, I'm evil, don't whatever. I'm not robbing people or lying to people or any of that stuff, but you know, I'm just a common person like everybody else. But I don't want people to see that I don't have self-interest in this as well. It's like, yeah, we're trying to help Control Token, but we're doing it in a way that helps other people. We're not doing it in a way that steals from other people. We actually were doing raids on Evergrow on our Friday pushes. Some of you guys were here for that. We didn't ask anything out of Evergrow for that. We just did it to support them. And that was either before our partnership or after our partnership. We just went to their posts and started rating them and commenting Evergrow on them and stuff like that. So I really want to make I want to succeed by helping people. And that's the goal with this project. It's not to succeed by deceiving people or misleading people. There still has to be losers in the project, but there's a lot of room for upward momentum. My message has to change based on where we're at as a community and the price and the project. But where we're at now, right now at this time period, is the potential for insane, explosive, movement upwards. But the price has only done a 4x. Some prices can do a 50, 100, 1,000 or more. I don't know what we're going to do. I just know we have all the right conditions for a really good run. The potential to get in really good price movement and really good rewards is there in a massive way. The earlier you get in, the better it is. Now, if our price goes crazy and we do 100x, it's like, hey, we still might be able to do a 500x or a 1,000x. There still is that room. We still might get insane volume. But ultimately, yeah, I mean, the people that buy the top are getting in at the worst entry points, and there will be losers. But we've created a project that has a lot less losers than any other project I've ever seen, because the contract is constantly selling for you and building it up in the future.
I'm still trying to figure out how to bring somebody up. We've got 3 people that want to come up.
Okay, you found it. Okay, can you just, I think you just hit,
Add as speaker.
you found it. Heck yeah, CWP.
Yeah, I found it. Yes, so BMF plus more.
Yeah.
You're on.
Thank you, CWP. I appreciate that, brother.
What's up, everybody? Hey, just letting you know that after Crystal gets done making it rain, I got a space going now. It's just gonna be when he's done. Just come on in, talk some numbers, staking numbers. Of course, I was doing offline earlier today, and that's all I had was time. So come on in after he's done. Thanks.
Thanks, BM. I appreciate that. All right.
And Joe, you're up.
Hey, what's going on, Joe? Did you have anything you wanted to say about Evergrow or Control Token? You've got a couple seconds to respond. If not, we're going to drop you down. You can go ahead and. Hey, what's going on, man?
I did. Yeah, I was just going to sleep. Then I come into the space.
What's going on, man?
Doing great. So, can you tell me about your control token?
Yeah, if you want to go to YouTube and go Crypto Control, I have a lot of videos on it. We're coming near the end of the space, and I've been explaining it the whole time. It's just, it's so hard to summarize it. It basically stops the crypto from being a Ponzi scheme in order to protect the future of the project. That's basically the heart of it, and it does that by using a tax to convert it into a stablecoin and to store it up in the future for the people that stay in the project. That's kind of it, but I have a lot of videos and a lot of content. If you want to know more, then go to the website controltoken.net, and you guys can buy using BNB on PancakeSwap. And yeah, welcome to Control Crew for those of you guys that are joining us. I appreciate it. I can go ahead and bring up the last speaker, and then we'll go ahead and move on.
Thank you.
Hey,
Thank you.
no problem.
The idea seems interesting. I will go to YouTube
Awesome.
and
Hey,
subscribe.
yeah, welcome to the crew.
I just
And
brought
if you can, please subscribe me back. I also have a YouTube channel.
Okay, yeah, I'll try to find that. Yeah. Let's go ahead and go to Hector. What's going on, Hector? Hector, what's going on, brother? There might be a delay. Sometimes people come up and then they just don't talk. It's kind of funny. Come on, Hector. What's going on, brother? It's your last chance. Awesome, guys. We're doing another 50,000 giveaway to everybody that likes, shares, and comments on the pinned post right now on the Jumbotron. So if you guys are trying to enter in, it's your last chance to do so. Is there anybody else that wants to come up, CWP, or is that all?
That is it.
Heck yeah. Well, hey, I'm going to go ahead and do these giveaways. I appreciate all you guys showing up, and I appreciate the support, and definitely you guys coming up. We are sitting super close to our all-time high, and we kind of want to get back towards this momentum where we're pushing into, we're pushing upward. We're aiming for way higher than where we're at as a community and as the creator of the project. So that's what we're all working towards is how high can a project go whenever you have most of the supply staked and most of the community committed to volume instead of price, which is a crazy concept, really cool concept. So let's go ahead and start these giveaways, and then afterwards, yeah, guys, I'll be sharing BM Space if you guys want to join BM Space. He has good spaces. He looks at the math, the tokenomics, and stuff like that, so it's kind of fun. And it's not me ranting about the project, so it's nice to see like the community. We also have spaces for people who are like in different time zones, like Australia or whatever. They run spaces at certain days of the week overnight when I'm asleep, and you guys can join those too. So yeah, we're sitting at 4055. Our all-time high is like 432. So we're super close to that all-time high, and we've got 4 weeks of a really good opportunity to not only push us to that all-time high, but to potentially a much higher all-time high, which would be super exciting. We're going to go ahead and do the giveaways. So I'm going to, well, I guess I could show it. Yeah, I'll show it on live so that you guys can see it. So the first thing we need is the first giveaway is going to be this space. And so we're going to go, I'm about to break the 7,000 followers on Twitter. Hey, what's up, guys? Okay, I gotta end it over here. How long was I gone? Congrats. Think I'm not alone, but appreciate it, brother. Fixed sound. My ears have failed me again. Does he know his sound isn't working? No one can hear you, mate. uh, Crypto Control, no sound on YouTube. With a $2 donation, I turned off the sound so that I could get Mitch Bromwell to donate $2, guys, and he did it. He fell for it. Thanks for the $2. No, I appreciate that, Mitch. Thank you so much, man. See ya. You'll have to repeat everything you said for the last 20 minutes. Was it 20? No, it was like 2 minutes. Yeah, I was basically just saying we have an amazing setup. I have a really good idea for these. We ended the space. A really good idea for these tokens. If they don't get bought up within these next 4 weeks, I've got an amazing idea for them. What does that look like for this project? It looks like we're either going way up, or if we don't go way up, we've got a lot of room to go up. So these tokens really provide this insane opportunity to do really well with this project. So I'm super excited about the future. I think this is an amazing way forward for the project to do really well. And I hope you guys can see the potential on this. You guys didn't know. You didn't know. You thought nothing was going on, didn't you? You guys were like, man, control token, nothing exciting. And then you find out about this and you go, oh my gosh. That's right, guys. I've always got something up my sleeve. Usually there's something really cool, exciting going on. I don't just sit back and do nothing. I'm either working on streams, videos, spaces, marketing, the website, other things, or I'm strategizing on a new path forward that's the most likely path to lead to success. That's what my strategies involve. So it's been awesome hanging out with you guys, and I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks, CC. Great space. God bless everybody. Did I miss anything on the Twitch and YouTube? Thanks for following on the Twitch and the Twitter lives as well, guys. We had a great space. We're almost at that new all-time high. Maybe we'll break it tonight. Who knows? But I'm pretty sure we're going to be able to break this all-time high very, very soon. So awesome space. Shout out to Mitch Bromo, guys. He's super helpful. Shout out to Tommy OC. I guess seriously, there was no sound for over the 20 minutes. The mic was plugged in, but it glitched on the software. So I don't know what happened, but the streaming software showed the mic is just stuck, so it had to like reset. So I apologize for that, guys. YouTube, God bless you, brother. Have a wonderful day. Yeah, you guys have a great day. I'll see you guys tomorrow. We're gonna keep grinding, keep working. It was at least 10 minutes. That's pretty funny, bro. All right, I'll see you guys. Another buy of $98 right before we go.